Good evening. Good evening, people of the world. People everywhere. People here, people there. How's everybody doing? What's new? Anything? Everything. Today we are going to be taking a look at the latest clapback live stream that Amberlynn did last night. She is setting the record straight while also taking accountability. Sort of. Kind of. Not really. No, not at all. But Amberlynn took to her community tab a few days ago and said, well, I can't be silenced anymore. I refuse. What's been causing me all this anxiety is that I have been too quiet. I think it's time that I stick up for myself once and for all. She said that she was going to make it so you could only see this clapback if you were a member. So she was willing to be accountable, but for the price of $9.99 a month. So the accountability came at a price, although later that night she put up on her tab that she changed her mind and that she would be doing the live streams for everyone to see behind no paywall. So it was quickly changed, and she resorted to doing a public live stream. She goes on to say that this doesn't take away from my Tuesday night live streams with Stream Queens. I almost said Scream Queens. It just means an extra live stream. Okay, extra live streams. You'll be seeing me a lot sooner than you think. Okay, and then the very next day she went live, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. So yeah, there was a lot said in this live stream. A lot of fibbing. A very interesting claim made against Mr. Snowflake by Amber. Something tells me Girly Pop is reading anything and everything reaction channel related. Based on what she says about him. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at that live stream. Live screams, yes, live screams. Raytheance, thank you for 6 months. Come on, let's rip Amber a new one together. That's what we're not ripping anyone anything. We're just going to be taking a look at fantastic content on the internet and providing commentary respectively. Nobody's ripping anything out of anyone. What are you talking about? Lori, thank you so much for 14 months. I believe you are the first person on YouTube to resubscribe for a 14-month. We did see somebody resubscribe on Twitch 2 days ago for 14 months, but I believe you're the first person to do it on YouTube. Thank you so much for moderating and everything that you've sent in, Lori. I really appreciate it. 14-month anniversary, that's the one where we can steal inheritance, right? Right. And Amberlynn addresses that. She talks about the inheritance, well, sort of, kind of. So we are going to get to that as a topic tonight. Thank you, Lori. Hey. Megan, hello. It's my 25th birthday and my first super chat. Happy Friday, girls. Well, I should be super chatting you. My gosh, happy 25th birthday to you. That's awesome. 25 is a good one. That's like when your frontal lobe fully develops and like you're considered like done growing. I'm pretty sure that that's like your 25th birthday. So it's all downhill from here. Polish chick, thank you. BPD is be poopin' daily. And you know, honestly, at Amberlynn, like the amount of like sitting around she does, I would have thought that she would have had more issues with constipation. Be poopin' daily? I don't know. I would have thought that she would have had issues with that. Like it all just kind of lodged in there, kind of just hanging out, like her hemorrhoid and her kidney stone. I don't know. Well, I don't know. It finds its way out. Up, a mention of poop. Not even 5 minutes in. Shelly, thank you for your membership. Nice to see you. Okay, guys, are you ready? Let me just pull up a separate tab. There we go. There we go. Satellite radio. Y'all gonna hit with the boom, boom. Okay, so this is a very long live stream. It's like just under 3 hours. So we're going to start from the beginning. How much we get done, I'm not sure, but something leads me to believe that this will take us more than one night to get through this. We also have a vlog uploaded on the channel yesterday in which Amberlynn shows off her new panties. And I'm guessing that you guys are just dying to see that. So I'm thinking what we will do is we're going to do live stream tonight, no react. Tomorrow, she's scheduled to upload again. So I'm thinking either tomorrow we finish the live stream and then Sunday we'll do a double feature, or tomorrow we'll do the double feature, finish the live stream on Sunday. We'll play it by ear, but that's tentatively how the format is going to go.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just get started. There's a lot to get done. I'm going to do it on 1.25, I think. I hope that's not annoying for anyone, but I mean, just like as is Amberlynn, you know, she doesn't move very quickly. She doesn't move very quickly. So let's speed her up a little bit. Let's use the power of technology to our advantage. 2 times speed. That's a little fast. That's just a little fast. Rosie, thank you. Big portion devourer. Devourer is a hard word to pronounce, but I like that one. Big portion devourer. That's a good one, Rosie. Thank you. CC Nax, thank you for 2 months, hon. Welcome back. All right, let's start it up. Les Speed, her up.
Hello. Sorry, my other one like stopped working. I don't know what that was. That was really weird. Hi guys, how are you? I hope that you guys are doing well.
Doing.
I went to press go live and it wouldn't let me go live, and I was like, "What is happening?" It has been windy lately, so I don't know if it's like the internet or what. So I had to cancel it and then start a new one. How are you guys doing? Already I have a new member, so thank you, IDK, for joining Stream Queens.
What is your username? Jordy calculating Amber's soul front to Beck wipe. What on earth?
I really appreciate that. Hi Olivia. Hi Drowsy. This is just time for people to like come in. Oh my god, I forgot to put on rings.
Don't talk about poo or hemorrhoids. My boyfriend is very close to making me change the channel. Oh, what a wuss.
I hate when I do that.
Oh, come on. You don't want to spend your Friday night listening to poo and hemorrhoids relating to a 500-pound woman. What's wrong with you?
This is time for people to just like come in and like get acquainted, you know, sit down, grab some popcorn, get some water. I'm drinking this big old Fiji.
Skinny.
I'm thirsty. First water in months. That's actually a very true statement. What's the lip color? I'm wearing 2 of them actually. This one is in like some brand.
Actually, it's Coral Blue number 4. All right, let's move on a little.
A little bit of notes.
Oh boy, we're already texting. Oh, okay, notes. All right.
Is this going to have tea? Lauren, hello. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, the standard of what people consider tea, I guess, yes, it's going to have tea. I am here to be accountable. Like I said in my, I am nervous. I'm very nervous. And I'm actually really anxious, but that's okay. Like I said in my community post, I want to be accountable. So you guys are going to find out tea of things that is real and is true. And yeah, I also want to talk about things that aren't real and aren't true because I feel like that is just as important. ABC
Important.
DFG can be true and I could take accountability, while LMNOP also.
Oh, she loves to say this. Loves to say two things can be true at once. I would imagine that she saw that in a TikTok, or a therapist said this to her, or she read this in one of her many self-help books. I don't know where she read this, but the first time that she was ever told this, it really stuck out to her. Oh, that really resonated with her the first time that she ever heard that. Oh my God, you're right. Two things can be true at once. Oh, she loves to use that one.
So I want to clear up. I just think that's fair. I do have some like screenshots and some things like that. So I'm just going to try my hardest. Like, this isn't a place for me to like bash Beck or talk about their personal things. Like, that's not what I'm doing. So I just want to like also make that very clear. Maya, thank you so much for the super chat. Denise, thank you so much as well. And I want to give you guys like the chance to ask me whatever you want. Like, this is your opportunity. Kaden, I still have a crush on you. Thank you for the compliment. How are you taking accountability other than just saying it? Thank you for the super chat, because I'm going to be literally giving examples. And yeah, I really hope that like this helps, because I genuinely have been feeling awful. We love you from the UK.
All right, come on, Amber. Shit or get off the pot.
I'm going to say why. Okay, so some stuff I obviously blocked out. September 7th, 2022, I get a text from Beck saying, last fucking warning, stop talking about me.
Look, her voice is already quivering. Beck texted me the F word.
All you do is talk shit about me, and I just want to forget you and all of the bullshit. I will stop being silent if you don't, and I'm not the only one who has a lot to say about you. Final fucking warning. Take my name out of your mouth. And I
look at how vulgar Beck was with me over text message. I was like fearful for my safety. I didn't know what was going to happen. Look, take my name out of your mouth. Last fucking warning. Oh, boo-hoo, Amber. Beck said the F word to you. You stole you stole tens of thousands of dollars from them.
Can get the law involved. Okay, that's fair. Here's the screenshot. And obviously,
okay, so I want to take a little pause here, because when I first saw this clip, I went and did a little research. I know, me taking time to do a little bit of research, me taking time to put a little effort into my live streams. I know, ridiculous. Okay, so September 7th, 2022. So I went back and I looked at Beck's videos from 2.5 years ago. And really the only video that really warranted this little exchange between Amberlynn and Beck, in my opinion, would have been it was titled like, I just watched Karina Kaboom's new video or something like that. Where's it at? So when they first broke up, everybody wanted what is currently going on to happen right after they broke up. We wanted this expose. We wanted the tea. We wanted Beck to spill everything right after they broke up. Of course, that's not what happened. But Beck had their YouTube channel, and they were uploading to this YouTube channel, but it really wasn't content that people were really looking forward to. I mean, we wanted what Beck is doing now 2.5 years ago, but you know, obviously that's not the way it played out. But Beck put up, I mean, like you guys can kind of see the type of content that Beck was uploading shortly after they broke up. They went to an arcade, something about Napoleon Dynamite, Mario Party, room tour, And then, like, really the only girl world related video that Beck put up was titled, I just watched Karina Kaboom's video. And it was, yeah, this one right here. I watched Karina Kaboom's new video. So what I think happened back then was Beck uploaded this video and Amberlynn kind of caught wind of the fact that Beck was starting to dip their toes into girl world again. Oh, you got some pretty big fucking balls now talking about me. So this video happened, and then nothing really Amber related. I mean, you guys can go back and look at the type of content that Beck made. It really isn't anything Amberlynn related, but that's what people were really championing for. I mean, you can kind of see 44,000 views versus all the other ones that get like 2,000, 3,000 views. So in response to, I think, what happened with this, Amberlynn put up a video on, what was this, September 7th, 2022. Yeah, you can see this right above my head. Amberlynn put up a video on September 6th, 2022 that, in my opinion, was Amberlynn trying to knock Beck down a few pegs. You don't start talking about me. Even though Beck didn't really even talk about Amberlynn, Beck was just responding to a reaction channel's video. And honestly, in this video, Beck really doesn't even talk about Amberlynn. Beck talks about one of their previous relationships prior to Amberlynn. They talk about how they were considering transitioning. Like, it really, really wasn't even about Amberlynn. But Amberlynn caught wind of that and she said, oh, you got some big fucking balls, huh, Beck? All right. My turn. So this like completely unprovoked decision that Amberlynn made to upload on September 6th, in my opinion, it was like backhanding Beck. It's like, you don't talk about me. That's kind of how I took it. And I went back and I watched the video from September 6th, 2022, the day prior to that Beck sent this message. And it's not a really nice video. It's basically Amberlynn making fun of Beck proposing. Amberlynn calls it awkward. She calls it like weird. She's like, well, I had always thought about the way that I was going to be proposed to. And then that's not the way it happened. It was just like kind of like demeaning. It was belittling Beck. It was really just kind of, putting Beck down, in my opinion. You guys can go back and watch it from September 6, 2022. I think the title is like The Way That She Proposed or something like that. And it's basically just Amberlynn making fun of Beck and the way that they proposed. So I didn't think that that was really necessary for Amberlynn to do in September 6, 2022, because this whole thing about like, oh, you're talking about me and then I'm going to talk about you, like, that's kind of what Amber was going off of. Well, you're talking about me, so that gives me the green light to go ahead and make a video about you. But Beck didn't even really do that. I mean, you can see the videos that Beck was uploading at the time. ASMR 90s channel. So really, the only thing within this vicinity, within this time frame that had to do with Amberlynn was this one titled, I watched Karina Kaboom's new video. And like I just said, it really didn't have that much to do with Amber. So I don't know why Amber took that as an invitation to make that video September 6th, 2022, making fun of Beck's proposal. But that's what happened. So Beck, of course, caught wind of that, was angry at the fact that Amberlynn made that video, and this is what they said as a result. So now Amberlynn's going to sit here and she's going to cry and she's going to sniffle and say, look how they talked to me. Last fucking warning. I was fearful of my safety. Well, girl, you should have never made that video demeaning their proposal. You should have never made that video belittling their proposal. You did not get a green light because Beck made a video about a reaction to a reaction channel. That was bullshit. That you shouldn't have done that. But she's going to play victim right here. Carissa Marshall, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here on your Friday night, Carissa, our lovely mod. Oh, by the way, Mandy. Mandy is our newest mod. She's a mod over on Twitch. She's now on YouTube. Fatal Bunny, everybody. Hello, Mandy. We also just had 10 gifted memberships come in from Clever Bee. Thank you so much, Clever Bee. I really appreciate that. Let's get some buzz bees in the chat. Thank you so much, Clever Bee. That's very generous of you. Welcome, guys.
Obviously, I crossed out everything else because obviously, like, that's personal. So that's fair. Okay. So I stopped talking about them. And that text was kind of after, like, I said the proposal story. And in the proposal story, I didn't even say Beck's name, you know?
Oh, bull fucking shit, Amberlynn. Who else would it have been about? I didn't even say Beck's name. You told a story about everyone. Like, can you believe the way that she's trying to wiggle out of this? Amber, I don't think that there's many things that you can wiggle out of life. Don't try with this. I didn't even say Beck's name. We all know who the story was about.
And obviously everyone knew what it was about, so that's my bad. And I shouldn't have done that. But
so what's your point? But what? But what? But what? They should have never sworn at me in a text message. You guys are adults. So what? Somebody used the F word.
At the time, like, I felt like, okay, if they're allowed to make videos and say what they want, like, I should be allowed.
No. That's just it. They weren't doing that. Because Beck made that video titled Responding to Karina Kaboom or whatever, you guys can go back and watch that. There wasn't Amberlynn tea spilled in that video. There really wasn't. It was Beck talking about relationships and what they had been through, talked about how they were considering transitioning. It really wasn't like Beck spilling tea. That video giving Amberlynn in her head the green light to go ahead and shit talk Beck and make fun of their proposal doesn't add up. You should have just never made that video to begin with. Well, if they're going to make videos about me, then I have the right to make fun of them. Like, that's not the way it went down.
To as well. So Beck obviously sent that. So I was like, okay. All right. So I did stop talking about them. And I think what was hard at the time for me was Beck started making videos about me while telling me, don't talk about me.
This is all bullshit.
Keep my fucking name out your mouth or I'm going to get the law involved. I know there's internet suits. Is that what they call them? Internet suits out there? Okay, so with my notes, I do want to delete everything that I'm like already talking about just so I don't get confused. So if you see me like doing that, I'm sorry. It's just like a break.
I wasn't in her chat last night. If you saw my name in there, it was someone that made a fake account of me.
So if there's internet suits out there, there is a phase of time, like easily for like 2 years, I would not talk about Beck. I did not say a word. I was also with Feline, and Feline was very good at urging me to not speak about Beck. And so I listened. It was just hard because like Beck.
You know, it's just kind of crazy that Jade seemed to be a very level-headed person. She seemed to be smart, actually. Like, she didn't seem like an idiot. I mean, but yet, I mean, I really can't give her that much credit because she still got mixed up with Amberlynn.
Was able to say whatever they wanted, when they wanted, how they wanted. And that was like hard.
That's not what was happening. Beck was given the green light to say whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, however they wanted, but I couldn't say anything. That's not what was going on. Beck was not spilling tea on their channel. Beck was keeping to themselves.
For me. So that is why when I say like I feel like I'm being silenced, that is what I mean. Because I took that text message and I was like, all right. And I think now things have just got like
you can talk about your experiences respectfully, but if you go back and you watch that video on Amberlynn's channel from September 6th, it wasn't very respectful. She called it awkward. She called it weird. She said, oh, well, you know, when I was a little girl, I had always thought about my dream proposal and how that would happen, but that's not the way it went down. Like, it was very demeaning. It was very belittling. That's not what Beck was doing in their videos. Yes, they may have talked about you, but it wasn't the way that you did it. So this whole like, oh, I'm being silenced thing because I can't make petty remarks, that's bull.
I really wasn't going to say anything, obviously. But things have gotten so like out of hand with like things that like, okay, how am I supposed to take accountability if I don't say what for? So I want to say what for. And I also think it's important that like I share my side of things that are not true. Would you ever consider attending a behavior change program for abusers no hate? I generally want to see you succeed Yeah, I would do anything. Like, are you joking? Thank you for the super chat. So with like, I want to answer questions and then I want to like also do some of my notes, et cetera, et cetera. So we could just like go back and forth with that. So someone said this is not accountability. We haven't gotten there. We have not gotten there. We have just started. We haven't even been on here for 10 minutes yet. I'm extremely nervous. I am absolutely detached from myself. So if I laugh, giggle, whatever it may be, it's because I'm extremely...
Okay, enough with the depersonalization shit. Come on. Disassociation. Enough of that.
detached from this whole situation. I feel like I'm watching this happen to myself. Why don't you do Dr. Nell's diet for a month? Because I'm not being supervised by a healthcare provider and it's pretty extreme. All right, so let's start with, my mouth sounds dry. Okay. This might be a really long live. So I'm 26 today. Happy birthday, Tiffany. Have a great one. And thank you. Is this going to be left up to watch? Love you, girl. Sending love. Thank you, Izzy. At least you look pretty. Oh my God, stop. Okay. A main question I have is it difficult handling the situation when you've said you wanted to handle it privately and they keep making it public / responding? Yes, that's obviously a very different and hard type of situation to be doing, because like, I really want to like, I would love to have like a conversation with Beck offline. Like Beck can have their partner there, friends, family, a whole...
I mean, this didn't start offline. It didn't end offline. So why does the epilogue need to be offline? You took a lot of money from Beck, Amber. You owe that person a lot of money. You do. The fact that Beck is now taking what they should have done the past 3 years, is now taking this opportunity to make some money off of this, I don't blame them one bit. Out of reaction channels, out of anybody that deserves to monetize this shit, Beck deserves it the most.
Slew of people, and I can be by myself. Like whatever would make them feel comfortable. Whatever could make them feel comfortable, safe, whatever it may be. Because like doing this online like is a lot, because the thing, like I get like in my videos, because I look back, I see in some of my videos, I was like,
yeah, because you can't lie your way out of it. This is the same exact thing when Alexis made her do the phone call on live stream on speakerphone so that she could be held accountable. Because behind closed doors, she doesn't take accountability. Not that she does in this live stream, but she especially doesn't behind closed doors, and she'll lie her way out of it, and she'll point her finger, and she'll start to involve topics that have nothing to do with the argument at hand. That's why no one wants to have a conversation with you without an audience, because the audience can view this for what it is.
Pretty harsh to Beck, and for that I'm sorry, especially like doing it publicly. Like it's pretty awful, really.
Why is she crying? Why are you crying?
But like the things that happen, like, not online, like I would love to be able to like have that conversation, like, but it's not going to happen. So there's not much I can really do about that. Someone said, please stop crying. I am extremely emotional. It's hard to regulate my emotions. So I'm going to be doing the best I can with actually not crying. I'm actually, working really hard on that, even on my everyday life, to like not cry at every fucking thing in the world. So, and I know a lot of people are like, you are not a victim. I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm saying that there's two people in this story, and one of them isn't being honest about the situation at hand. And it's like, when I was going through my messages to try to find proof for certain questions, because I do have some screenshots that I want to show you guys, I found a text message of a situation that like I didn't even remember happening. And it just made me realize that like I'm not perfect. Beck wasn't perfect. Like I was super controlling of their time, of like their energy. I always wanted them near.
Notice how her accountability is always followed up with, yeah, but I was very harsh. I was very controlling of their time. But Beck wasn't a good partner either.
For me, like always, like it was crazy. And it was, I'm able to admit that, and I'm sorry for that, and that's wrong. Beck is their own individual, their own person, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. And for some reason at the time, it felt like I needed them always. And I'm able to realize that I was not perfect.
This is such a Eugenia apology. So vaguely worded. I mean, the only thing that comes close to her providing an example of what she's sorry of is saying that she was controlling of their time. Okay, so address the timers, address Choosy, address Beck only getting to spend a finite amount of time with their family before you would start calling their phone, bitching them out. The crying. We see so far beyond this.
But and it's like I hate like having to do like two things at once because it makes me feel like my apology or my accountability isn't real. But it is. Like what I'm about to say does not take away from that, and I need people.
You don't hate doing two things at once. You love doing two things at once. Maybe like 2% accountability, 98% accusations. Look, no, I apologized. I was accountable. I owned my shit. Also, Beck is a piece of shit, and Beck did all this. You love to do two things at once.
People to hear it. I need people to hear that. And so, anyways, I was going through, and I was looking for proof of something, which I'll show you. And it's like there was this text message I saw where I like sent a big long message to Beck saying like how I felt. It's actually on my other phone. I need, if you guys want to see, I can get up and go get it. But some of it is actually personal. And in it, I was saying how like I like quoted some things that Beck said to me. And one of the things was I wrote down in my notes, at least my family didn't do drugs. Like Beck would say things like that to me. And I forgot that they even said that to me until I was looking at a text message.
Show us. Yeah, I want you to get off your ass. I want you to go get the phone and show us.
From like, I think it was like 2020. And I was like, holy fuck. And it's things like where it just, neither of us were happy.
I also think that this is a very interesting example for her to cite, considering what she said about Destiny's brother. Well, Beck wasn't all good. Yeah, I may have, taken a ton of money from Beck. I may have never like gave them anything, but they said this superficial comment about my family. Yeah, Beck wiped me for a year, but they made fun of my family having problems with drugs. So it wasn't all good. It wasn't all bad.
Like I felt, oh my God. And then I saw a message from Dana. Like Dana was so worried about me. I think it was like 2020. Dana sent me this whole paragraph of like, cause Dana stayed the weekend and her and Destiny did. And sorry, I can't look at the chat while also talking because then I want to answer your guys' questions. And then I get confused while I'm trying to talk. Dana was like, you are not yourself. Like, I can tell you're not happy. Like, you don't deserve to be treated like this. Like, Dana, like, also saw, like, a situation where two people were not good to each other. And Dana saw, like, a big difference in me. Like, it's just hard because it's like...
What does this have to do with anything? Dana. What does Dana have to do with this? Stay on topic.
Part of me fucking wishes that it was just me. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, a part of me wishes it was just me who was not a good girlfriend, not a good this, not a good that, because then it would just be so much easier for me to come on here and be like, yep, everything that Beck...
Okay, so far, the things that Beck has done that more... I mean, like, if we're doing a scorecard here, you taking tens of thousands of dollars from Beck, not giving them what they're entitled to, them being your caregiver for years on end, you putting them through emotional turmoil, manipulating them, everything that you've done. Okay, so in response to that, we have that on Amberlynn's side of the scoreboard. And then on Beck's side of the scoreboard, we have said Amber's family does drugs. All right.
is saying is 100% true, and this is like exactly how it is.
Dana needed rent money. Yeah, wasn't this the same period of time when Amberlynn was helping out Dana and Destiny? So, I mean, honestly, Dana could have just been saying the things that Amberlynn wanted to hear. It's like, oh, yeah, girly pop, let me be your therapist for the next 15 minutes. Oh, and can you Venmo me that 800 that we need for rent?
But it's not. It's not reality. It's not. And it just like makes it hard. Anyways, it like literally doesn't even matter. Because I just need really more than anything to just get all of this like off my chest. And it's not like fully about like people believing me or whatever it may be. It's like
Yeah, you do need to get all that off your chest, but you discontinued Ozempic, so I don't see much hope for you.
Need to get all of these feelings and thoughts off of my chest. So before I start being like, well, Beck said this, but here's proof that that's not true, I would like to answer some of your guys' questions that I can be accountable for, because I don't want this to be a situation where it's like, oh, literally be accountable. Because that is just as important to me. I don't think any hate helps in the situation. Let her talk. There's two sides.
And then throughout the night, she cherry picks like all of the like kiss ass super chats and all the ones that are like, it's okay, girly pop. This is a lot for you to do. This is a lot for you to handle. She just reads all those.
Every story. Yes, I completely agree with that. Deep breath. You are valid. You are okay, LR. Thank you, Harley. I appreciate that. Amber, you're 100% drunk. Don't lie. Go to bed. I am completely sober. Saying I'm accountable doesn't make you accountable. Correct. That's why like I am trying to list off ways that I'm accountable.
Well, so far you've done nothing. The only thing that really kind of gets close to accountability is you saying that you were controlling of their time.
Dana stole your girl. Could be true. Could be true. I'm currently reading super chats because I don't want to like skip any of those because I'm gonna feel bad. Where are the tears? They're there and they're messing up my makeup. So what you talk about Destiny's brother on drugs? Yes, that was a very, very low point of me, and I should have never done that, and I'm sorry for that. That was a very bad look, and it was horrific because like you guys know that I have like addicts in my family, and I should have never ever ever done that. Your past does not define who you are. Grow and learn. You have an amazing personality. No one can take that from you. Thank you. Can you shout out my best friends Cal and Andre, who love you so much and are also struggling with BPD? But we got this. It's on the you look so beautiful today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Does my mom have dementia? You haven't been diagnosed. I have. I am a nervous laugher in this moment. Guys ask me like straight questions because I feel like that would just genuinely be easier for me. And I feel like people are always asking.
All the while, people are asking her questions. It's just not the questions that she wants.
Asking questions, but then it's like when I put you on the spot, I know it's hard to like come up with stuff. Like I totally get that. Read your notes. Did you not prepare anything to say? I did, but that's like I want to go like back and forth. I thought you only have one phone. I do actually, but I use one phone, which is this guy. I went into my storage unit and I got my phone from when I was actually dating Beck. So I went all the way to my storage unit. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat. It was actually when I was seeing the psychologist. It diagnosed you with BPD and when. So it was actually when I was seeing the psychologist.
No,
it was
no. I don't want to hear about BPD.
Did you tell Beck your foster parents didn't let you go to Disney? No. So Beck is mixing two completely different stories together. And what's really crazy about this is there's actually a clip of me, Beck, Ricky, and Eric. Eric and Ricky are people who were really good friends and we lived with them. We were all sitting in the dining room table. And me and Eric Ricky was talking about a time that he was in jail. And Beck was like, I don't remember this. And Eric was like, how do you not remember that? And then me and Eric actually are sitting there. There's like a clip of this online, so you can go see it. Me and Eric were like, Beck, like you're always like remembering like certain stories that like 3 different stories and like combining them together and like you're not remembering. And that's what's happening. So
okay, so the reason why she just said what she said was to cast doubt on anything and everything that Beck says. Well, there was this one time that Ricky was telling a story and Beck didn't remember part of it. And I remember when we were all sitting at the dining room table, I was like, Beck, you're always misremembering things. You know what? If anybody has the Swiss cheese memory, it's Beck. So really, honestly, just by this example that I cited to you guys, you really can't believe anything that Beck says. They have a really bad memory. All right, Amber. Okay.
So my foster parents were getting their kitchen renovated, and there was some sort of like fume type thing that actually made it to where we had to leave the home for a few days and stay in a hotel. And instead of staying in a hotel, well, they stayed in a hotel. My brother stayed at a friend's house, but they stayed in a hotel and I stayed in the garage. They stayed at a hotel called Disneyland. I've talked about Disneyland multiple times. I've gone more than once because sometimes I did know exactly how they felt because they told, like, it's just like partner, emotional regulation, like making your partner feel good and safe.
She's trying to buzzword her way out of this. Have you noticed? It's just like emotional regulation. There's like a big wheel in her head and she just spins it. Whenever it lands on, that's her excuse. Emotional regulation. Borderline personality disorder. Two things can be true at the same time. Spin the wheel, Amber.
Safe and loved, and things that I would also do for them. Like they really liked when I would do this. So that was like my thing that I did for them. And it's like,
there's a big difference between caressing your partner's arm and setting timers to make them pick shit off of you.
I'm realizing that it wasn't that at all. It was.
Sorry, pluck.
I almost feel like I was a burden to them in moments that I thought.
Wow. I love it when they become self-aware. It's almost as if I was a burden to them. Now we're getting somewhere.
We were actually genuinely bonding. Like that's the part that's like hard for me to like wrap my head around, I think. Do you owe Beck $6,000? No. So I guess we can talk about the inheritance. I did talk.
No, Amberlynn doesn't owe Beck $6,000. She owes Beck way more.
Talk about this in my members only, but obviously not everyone saw that. So in my members only, I talked about how Beck is saying that I took the inheritance. Me and Beck had a joint account. Okay, so this is where a screenshot comes in. So I'm glad we're talking about this. Let me get to it. I have done some picture taken. Wow. Okay, so me and Beck had a joint account, and it was originally.
Before she gets into this story, I want to acknowledge some of the super chats. CC Nags, thank you for 2 months, hon. Keat Cat, thank you for 4 months. Working out while watching Girl World. Love your commentary. Some of you, like somebody was in here the other day saying that they were like running a half marathon listening to one of my streams. I don't know. I mean, usually when I exercise, which isn't very often, but when I do, I want to listen to like dance music or like electronic music or like really something to like pump me up. I mean, but hey, if fat shit gossip talking gets you through your workout, more power to you. Shelly, thank you. My birthday's tomorrow. Have some DoorDash money. I just re-upped my membership too. Aw, thank you, Shelly. I hope you have a wonderful birthday tomorrow. Hope you're able to stop in. That'll be fun. We'll have to cupcake the chat for you. Aisha, nice to see you. I just wanted to take this moment to say that today marks 5 years since I decided to say F it and got mini gastric bypass and lost 130 pounds. Whoa, Aisha. Oh my gosh. Looking at you, I've seen some of your photos before. Looking at you, I would have never thought that you went through that. You look incredible. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing. 5 years. Wow. It can really pay off if you put in the work. It sounds like you did. Chassis, thank you for your membership. Nice to see you. Nini, thank you. My husband's joining me tonight for gossip. Could you say hello to Alan? I've been indoctrinating him into Girl World, and it's love-hate. You mean he doesn't like everything that is Girl World? Well, the husbands and boyfriends seldom do. That's all right, though. Alan, we appreciate you spending some time in here. Red Velvet Cake, thank you. Thank you to whoever donated the membership. Oh, yeah, it's probably either Carissa or Clever Bee. Thank you, Red Velvet.
Her bank account. their bank account. I'm sorry, I'm getting really, really flustered. My apologies. So it was originally their bank account. And when we got together, I ended up going on their bank account together. So we were joint bank accounts. So any money that either of us both received went into one full-fledged, one area.
Before she gets any further into this story, I want to talk about why this is and what my theory is. So Amberlynn just said that when they got into a relationship, Amberlynn got on their bank account. The only way that Amberlynn makes money is through AdSense. And the way that you get paid through AdSense is through direct deposit. So you go into your AdSense account through YouTube, you type in your routing number, you type in your accounting number, and then whatever bank that you link to your AdSense, that's what you get your direct deposit through on the 21st of every month. Amberlynn was too lazy to set up her own bank account. She didn't want to take the time to go to a physical bank, set up an account, get a card, talk to someone face to face. So you know what she did? She said, oh, well, let me just have my direct deposits go into your already established bank account. I guarantee this is the way that it went down. Amberlynn was too fucking lazy to take her ass to a bank. So she just said, oh, well, Beck, give me your debit card. Let me see your, oh, you already have a banking app on your phone? Okay, look up the accounting number and look up the routing number and then text it to me and I'll put it in my AdSense. All the money would go into Beck's account. That's how she would get paid. Too lazy to set up her own bank account. Because otherwise, why would you do it that way? Why would you opt to have a joint bank account with someone you just got into a relationship with? Convenience. She's lazy. She didn't want to go set up her own bank account. So she was like, well, I'll just have it go into Beck's.
Yeah. In a recent...
She had a joint account with Destiny too. Probably the same thing. Well, this is how I did it with Destiny. I just had all the money go into Destiny's account. Destiny already had a bank account, so I just used Destiny's accounting and routing numbers. It all went into Destiny's account. You know what? Let me do it with Beck too. Here, give me your card. Let me set it up that way. Guarantee her ass was just too lazy to go to a bank.
I don't know if it was video, live stream, I forget what it was. Beck said how they didn't even have the means to look at the bank to see how much money was in there, that they had to use my debit card, that I had my own.
Well, it was technically your debit card because you were the only one making money. The only money going into that account was the money that you got from YouTube the 21st of every month. So while it was Beck's name on the account, you were the breadwinner and you were the one controlling all the money. So that's why people in the audience are saying shit like financial manipulation. Even though it was Beck's account and Beck had access to the account, anything that Beck would have bought, you would have known about. And if Beck bought something that you didn't agree with, you would have been the first person to bitch about it.
Own private thing. Those are not true statements. I have a screenshot. I was not able to get into the bank ever.
Because you didn't need to get into the banking. You were so bad with money at the time that all you knew is that you got direct deposits every month. You were making a ton of money and money wasn't even really a factor to you. Whatever I want, I can have. I'll just charge it to the card. I wasn't able to get into the banking. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You were seeing how much you were making every month. I could look right now at exactly how much I made this month. I just go into my YouTube studio. I click one fucking button. I wasn't able to get into the banking. It was technically your bank account. So what? You couldn't log into the portal to see your exact balance on the banking. You had the card numbers. You had everything that you needed. It doesn't matter if you were able to get into the bank or not. It was your bank account essentially.
I have so many screenshots of wondering, how much did I get paid? I would text Becky.
So you were even too lazy to look at your YouTube studio. I have so many screenshots asking Beck, how much should I get paid this month? So you were so lazy that you couldn't even click on your YouTube studio because it tells you in there. It tells you exactly how much you get paid every month. You don't even have to go into AdSense. You don't even have to look at your direct deposits and your bank statements. It'll tell you in your little YouTube studio thing. Look, I asked Beck because she didn't have the username and the password to log into the banking. She didn't care. It was out of sight, out of mind. If I need something, I'll just charge it to the card.
And literally,
This is your fucking fault for not setting up your own bank account. This is highly irresponsible of you. I mean, you get in a relationship with someone and you have all your money go into their account.
Ask that. I'd be like, how much did I get paid, et cetera, et cetera. And Beck would literally send me screenshots of our bank. So I have everything crossed off that's like personal information, but this is just proof that that was a lie from Beck, an absolute lie. I said, how much money is in the bank? And here's a screenshot that says, hi, Rebecca.
The reason why she didn't know the balance in their bank account was because it would add up every month. So say 1 month she made $15,000 and she spent $8,000. Like she wasn't doing the math. She wasn't keeping up on it. Like, yeah, there was still $7,000 in the account, but that didn't really matter to her. It's like, okay, well, we have money. It doesn't matter. I don't care how much money's in the account. It's, we have money. That's all that really mattered to her.
Like, et cetera, showing how much money we had in the bank because I was not able to get into it. I was never able to see how much.
Because you were too fucking lazy. I was never able to log in. I never had the portal password. You think it's because Beck was holding this from you? Well, then take a little initiative into your finances and find out your username and password. First of all, don't have your AdSense direct deposits go into someone else's bank account because you're too fucking lazy to set up your own. How about that? I wasn't able to see that. Well, that's just you being an idiot. This isn't you pulling one over on Beck saying, well, Beck had all the control. Beck had all the power. The only reason that Beck had all the control and Beck had all the power was because you were too lazy to take your fat ass to a bank and set it up for yourself.
How much went in there, how much I got paid, unless I looked on my AdSense, which is part of YouTube, and that's how you get paid. I was never able to see any of that. And we had our own separate debit cards that were in the joint account together. Any money that Beck received would go into the same spot that my money went.
Which was none.
Into, because again, it was joint. I didn't have private anything. Again, this is probably one of the
you didn't have privacy because you were too lazy.
Biggest lies. It has left my jaw on the floor. All right, I don't want to accidentally show any of my other pictures. That'd be hectic. So here we have it where I say how much money is in the bank. So here it says, hi, Rebecca, because this is her.
She wouldn't keep up on it from month to month. She could see how much she was getting paid every month in the YouTube studio, but she wouldn't look at the balance. So if she made $12,000 one month, $15,000 the next month, $17,000 the next month, $25,000 the next month, like she wasn't adding up those amounts in her head. And she also wasn't looking at what she was spending. She wasn't keeping track of it. She knew there was money in there and that's all that really mattered. But as far as knowing the balance, knowing the total, she never cared enough to look into the banking and take an initiative into her own personal finance to keep on top of that. Your laziness is not an excuse for you to like pin this all on Beck. This is bullshit.
Their account, literally their account right here, which we shared, but I could not get into it. So I have so many screenshots of Beck sending me screenshots of the bank because I couldn't see it.
When all of that could have been solved with you just getting a username and a password and downloading the banking app onto your phone. All this does is make you look like an idiot and make you look lazy.
So it's like, let me cross this off on my things that I've talked about because in my notes I don't want to get confused. It's things like that like has left my jaw on the floor. My like literally, hold on, let me just take a break. Where did I have this even on here? I can't find it. Oh wait, okay, I talked about this. So I'm gonna cross this off. I just don't want to like repeat anything.
Sarah AR, thank you. Love you and your channel. You're just too funny and really make me smile. You have the best laugh. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate the kind words. Robert S, hello. I asked when the cookie video is getting posted and she ignored me. What a fraud. Oh, well. The cookie, I mean, the cookie video is already released. So Remember that whole thing about like, well, they took that from me. I wasn't able to release it on my own accord. Someone else. It's already out there. Kitsch, Stitch, and Chaos. Thank you. I was nervous injecting my first GLP the other day, and I imagined you with sparkle fingers saying skinny, and I jammed that bad boy in. You know what they say, pretty hurts. Rosie Rose, thank you. BPD means Big Pie Diva. Big Pie Diva. I don't know if I've ever seen it. I mean, I'd imagine she has, but I can't remember a time when Amberlynn ate pie on video. I don't know. You know what SpongeBob says? Everybody likes pie. Karazan, thank you. Love your content. Lokhtar Ogar. Not to be a stickler, but you know that you spelled Karazan incorrectly. Here I am addressing you, giving me money, pointing out a typo. Isn't that great of me? What a piece of work, I tell you. Shartlord, thank you. Okay, Shartlord just said the word hemorrhoids. All right, thank you, Shartlord.
I can't find it. Oh, okay.
Jordy, the grammar diva. Ray, you just spelled grammar incorrectly. It's AR, not ER at the end.
Yeah. Okay. And I also put in my notes with that is like my mom stayed with us for like 2 months when I had cancer, and my mom saw our dynamic. And Beck, because I've talked to my mom about this, obviously, because my mom's like just as shocked as I am. My mom saw Beck had their own debit card, literally their own debit card. Like, I don't understand like this crazy weird lie.
That doesn't mean that Beck had full reign to spend whatever they wanted on it.
Like, we can say that like I was abusive and controlling because I was very controlling of their time. And I'm very, very so sorry for that. But never once have I ever been financially abusive.
Lies. You see what she's trying to do here? She's trying to weaponize her laziness against Beck because she was too lazy to go and set up her own bank account. She had her direct deposits going into Beck's account that was already established. Well, you guys can't say that I was financially manipulative. You guys can't say that I was financially abusive because my money was going into an account that Beck had access to. That doesn't mean that Beck was spending that money. That doesn't mean that Beck was going out and buying whatever they wanted to on it. Had Beck bought anything, you would have known about it. And had you had a problem with it, you would have voiced your concern about that. You guys can't say that I was financially manipulative. Yes, we can. Because you were too lazy to set up your own bank, we can't say that you were financially manipulative. Huh? Crocker. Hey, Crocker. Thank you so much for the very generous super chat. I'm on the replay gang, but I wanted to pop in. Harlow and Poe say, love you, sir, Uncle Jordy. Hello, Harlow and Poe. Oh, my goodness. I love that so much. Thank you so much for being here on your Friday night, Crocker. That's very generous of you to send in. It is lovely to see you. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Hello to everybody. Harlow and Poe. Oh, pause.
We have been equally so bad with money. That's why I have nothing to literally show for anything, because we would spend so much money, the both of us, constant. Like, they were allowed to buy what they want when they wanted. Like, I literally bought them a car. Like, I bought them a car.
To drive you around in. This is like getting a personal chauffeur and then buying a car so that the personal chauffeur can drive you around in it. I bought them a car. I gave them a car. To drive you around in and get you Walmart renal failure fast food.
I'm that type of person where you guys have even seen it. You guys have seen it. You guys have called me out on my shit. I buy love. And I have gotten so much better with that, especially because like the last like 6 years of my life, 7.
Yeah, because you're not making the money that you used to. You've kind of been forced to be better about it.
Years of my life, 8 years actually. What am I saying? Like the last like 8 years of my life, like I have bought.
I bet you what happened was as soon as Beck and her like ended their like relationship, and her AdSense was no longer directly deposited into Beck's account, she probably tried to do the same thing with Jade. Well, let me just get your accounting and your routing number, and I'll have my money go into your account. It's kind of like the concept of like leaving a toothbrush at someone's house, thinking that if like you leave a part of you somewhere, it's like you have like a belonging there. Well, my money's going into their account. Jade was probably smart enough to realize what she was trying to do and said, "No, you go and open up your own bank account. I'm not sharing bank accounts with you. Go and set up your own one. I'll take you to the bank. We'll go together. You just have to talk to a representative for 10 minutes. It won't be a big deal." Jade probably had the wherewithal to realize that that was not a good idea.
People with money. I have bought love. I have bought friendships. I have bought laughter. I have bought time with people because of money. And that's how it's always been. I have never been a greedy person when it comes to money. It's almost like I got a kick out of giving people money and like going on shopping sprees and like doing all these sorts of things. So it's like, what? I don't know. Speechless. Okay. I'm like so behind. When I got with Beck, they had a car. But they wanted something better. And I said, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it went down. Well, Beck wanted a nicer car. So I bought them a car out of the goodness of my heart to run all the errands that I needed done, to drive me to all the fast food places I needed to go. I, out of the goodness of my heart, bought them a car.
You're crossing out important part
because they wanted a new one
of the conversation, so it favors you. No, I'm crossing out like private stuff. I mean, I guess I can I revert this? Hold on. You guys are gonna laugh. Wait, hold on. Wait, which one is this? Hold on. I swear I'm like a boomer when it comes to this stuff over here. Okay. So here, well, see, I can't show you because then that shows like bank information, private bank information. Someone said we haven't learned a damn thing. You have that Beck has lied, and I know a lot of people like
about what?
I can't show the bank information, but literally what I crossed out is me talking about.
Just because your money went into their account doesn't mean that Beck lied about not like.
Is your food?
So far, the only thing that has happened in these 32 minutes that we've watched so far is she took a little bit of accountability by saying that she was controlling of their time. Everything else has been fluff.
Food cold or gross, or did you just order it? And then I was like, the wax melt thing in the living room is broken and spilling onto the bulb. Did you know that? Here. Ooh. So that's that. I'm sure someone can like screenshot it.
You can do that, but you don't have to sleep with them. The wax melt thing in the living room is broken and spilling onto the bulb. Did you know that? So this is basically Amberlynn suggesting, hey, come clean this shit up. It's like when she and Destiny were in the living room and the dog pissed on the floor and she screamed, "Oh my God, the dog is peeing on the floor." It wasn't her being incredulous that the dog was peeing on the floor. That was her way of suggesting to Destiny, hey, get over here and clean this up. Same thing in this text message. The wax thing broke and it spilled onto the bulb. Did you know about this? Oh, yeah, I did know about it. And then the follow-up would be, okay, well then why didn't you clean it up? What is this even referring to? They want me to stay a night in a few weeks. We're finally about to eat. We just couldn't stop talking. Like, what is this even in reference to?
So nothing special there. And then the other one that I had crossed out, like this one's embarrassing. But if we
Fish eater, thank you. I just want to let you know for the past few nights, your streams and past live streams got me through all 3 nighters. Passed all my midterms, including microbiome, with A's. That is awesome. Congratulations to you. Oh my gosh, midterms already? Yeah. Yeah, it's about that time. Oh my gosh, it'll be finals before you know it. Enjoy it, Fish Eater. It goes by fast. Thank you so much for setting that in. Sam Spa Jam, thank you for 4 months. It's Hecticana lately in Girl World. I can't wait until Amber implodes in 2025. Thank you, Jordy, for your work. Love ya. Well, if 2025 is anything like 2024, gonna be an interesting path for Miss Reed. Loro, hi. First time drinking water in months. Gotta hydrate. Playing squeezy to force those fake tears out.
Want to be truthful here. I feel so embarrassed. Okay. Wait, I'll just zoom in. Okay. I'll just read it. I just want you to know that I was in love with you and I was heartbroken. And I even am now. I wrote this to Beck, by the way. I even am now as I am realizing I am losing someone I thought was family. I truly think you are one of the best people I've ever known, and I would be grateful for you till the day I die. You were there for me during the most hardest times of my life. I will continue to be sorry for everything hard I put you through. I will forever miss you, Becky. Truly. So that's awkward. So that's what I had crossed off on that one. All right, so back to my notes. Okay. So Beck says that they never met Feline or Libby, but that's not true. There's video proof of both of those things.
When did Beck say that they've never met Feline? What? I don't remember Beck ever saying that they never met Feline. You guys were all in the same living room at one point.
Beck says that they wiped me. Okay, so story time on that. Beck started wiping me after my hysterectomy, and it continued on after that. This part is embarrassing, and this part I am going to be accountable. Here we go. Accountable Lynn coming in at you. So my hysterectomy. Okay, so wiping. Okay, I'm so embarrassed. Holy fuck. Wiping for me has always been extremely hard as a bigger girl, obviously. If you were bigger, my size, it's hard. When I was about to get my hysterectomy, that was a big thing for me that I was like, how am I going to be able to wipe myself? Because it's hard already. I'm not going to be able to. So this is something that I was like, at the time, I was like, Becky, like, are you going to be able to do this for me? Like, I'm really embarrassed about it. And they were like, of course. Like, I love you.
Well, what other choice did they have? I mean, really, this kind of comes down to, it's like, well, if Beck wasn't going to do it, what was going to be the alternative? Really, what would have been the alternative? You asking permission isn't even really you asking permission, because it's kind of just assumed that that's going to be the course of action. No, I'm not going to wipe you. Okay. And then that would result in you throwing a big hissy fit. That would result in you gaslighting. That would result in you, pulling like the, well, I make all the money card. Really, why even ask if you know that that's going to be the answer? Yeah, Beck was happy to do it. I love you, honey. I'm so happy to do this for you. Really, what would have been the alternative? She would have had to hire someone.
Blah, blah, blah. So when I was healing, I physically could not do it. Like, physically could not do it. And so Beck did it for me. And so did my mom. Me and my mom would laugh about it, though, because it was just like, okay, you did this for me as a baby, and now you're doing it for me as an adult. So it was an embarrassing type deal. But so me not being able to wipe for, it was like honestly a few weeks, and already something that was already so hard for me, I kind of lost the ability to do it. I was literally shook.
Yeah, because it was too easy for you. It became too convenient. So it started off by you getting wiped because of a surgery that you had, and then you realized, well, this was something that was always difficult and annoying for me to do. It's kind of nice just bending over and having someone take care of it. You know what? I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just not going to try anymore. Why would I try? This is nice having this done.
Because I remember when I was noticing like my healing was getting better, like everything was going great. Like I was able to do all sorts of things again and all this stuff.
Yeah, so everything was getting better. You were healing. You were getting some of your mobility back. The limited mobility you had to begin with, you were getting it back. So really, you could have gone back to wiping yourself. You were just too lazy.
And Like the healing was just going perfect. And I was like, holy fuck, wait a minute. I like have lost the ability to like do this. And
No. Lazy. I've lost the ability to do it. It's like forgetting how to ride a bike. That doesn't make any sense. You don't forget how to ride a bike. You don't forget how to wipe. I forgot. Like, in the 2 months that I was getting wiped, I was just like so out of mind, like out of sight. I wasn't even really, it wasn't even on my radar. It just kind of became second nature to just like, shit and then bend over and have someone take care of the rest.
Obviously after time, I was able to figure that out again, thankfully. But
because you were forced to. You were forced to. Because you weren't going to have Jade come in there and immediately start getting wiped by Jade. Magically. Isn't that awesome? As soon as she got a new girlfriend in the mix, she magically regained her ability to wipe.
I would say Beck wiped me for, I would say a good 9 months. And it's really embarrassing. And I know a lot of people are going to forever make them.
Well, I mean, they broke up in what, July of the end of June 20. I mean, she may have even been getting wiped while they were doing like the whole wifey thing. Because I mean, wifey didn't move in until like, I want to say like September of 2021. So I mean, all throughout June, all throughout August, Beck was still living there. And I bet that Amberlynn was still having Beck wipe her because it was like that whole thing of like, well, you still owe me. You're living here for free. You don't pay rent. So you can keep wiping until Jade moves in. And then magically when Jade moved in, this wipe amnesia went away and Amberlynn was able to do it again because she was trying to put on her best for Jade. Oh no, I can take care of myself. Oh no. I know how to wipe. That's just it. It comes down to laziness. Les wipe. Spooky fish, thank you. Showing your giant underwear for views really should be on her Hall of Shame list somewhere. That's not the first time she's shown her panties, if you can call it that. Nuna's Nook, thank you. I saw some of your comments about semaglutide in her chat and was cracking up. I'm replay gang tomorrow. Good night, girls. Any comments that were made in Amberlynn's live stream were not me. So it's not difficult to make like a fake username and then use my profile picture. So anytime that you think it's me or you think it's like another person, make sure to click on that profile and then see if it like actually takes you to my channel. Just too much, thank you. Amberlynn vlogs, a bite, a sigh, another haul, the views climb high, but on the throne she winces tight, hemorrhoids burn, oh what a plight. Got some poetry up in here tonight. I love it. Thank you. Tumultuous doormat, thank you. It's a DBT concept that two things can be true at once. It's called dialectic, but she uses it incorrectly to justify her shitty behavior as expected. Yeah. Look, I have these receipts for something that has nothing to do with this.
This is a meme, and that's okay. I also did very embarrassing things for Beck. Like, that's what you do when you're in a 5-year relationship. Like, that is what you are going to do, period. You are going to help the person that you love.
She kind of teases this. I don't know if Beck will ever disclose this, but she kind of foreshadows this to us. Well, yeah, Beck did wipe me for 9 months, but I also did some pretty embarrassing things for Beck. So, I mean, that's what you do when you're in a long-term relationship. I would love to know what is an equal comparison between getting wiped for upwards of a year. Really, what compares to that?
And you're going to be there for them. You're going to be there for them if you love them. And I'm truly embarrassed about it because moral of the story is it's my fault because of my size. because if it wasn't for my size, like that would have never have had to happen. And I'm sorry that I would ever put anyone in that sort of situation to have to do that. And I'm forever grateful that like they were there for me during like that fucking scary time. I'm not gonna lie. But then this goes down to people asking like, did Feline do that? No, because like I said, Beck.
Yeah, you would have been too mortified. When Amberlynn fell on her walk and she was sprawled out on the grass, she didn't call for help because she didn't want Jade walking over and seeing her laying on the ground helpless like that. She just laid there, and then eventually she was able to get up somehow by herself, but she didn't want to move. I mean, who would want to do that? But I mean, yeah, who would want to move in their new girlfriend and then immediately, you know, hand them a roll of Charmin and say, all right, you're up.
Did it for the, like, because eventually I was able to do it again. And I want to make it very, very clear that that is the only thing they helped me with. Like back in 2019, they got me a bucket with some water twice to like help wash myself because that was during a hard time as well. But now,
well, I mean, there was a distinct video when I remember Amberlynn talking about how Beck would bring in a bucket and a sponge and she would, quote, do what she could. But now we're hearing it as Beck only really helped bathe twice. Beck only brought me a bucket twice. I mean, like, are we really going to split hairs with wiping? Is this what we're doing now? Well, they wiped shit out of my ass, but they never helped me bathe. I mean, like, this is what we're doing.
never, ever once did I have them bathe me, shower me. That never happened. And if it did,
yeah, because you were bedbound. So they would bring you a sponge in bed and you would just kind of drape it across your body best you could. They wiped me, but they never bathed me. Like, what are we doing here? What are we trying to accomplish?
I would tell you, because I just told you the most embarrassing thing. Like if someone had like a gun to my head and said, what is your biggest secret ever? It would have been that. I had a partner who wiped me for 9 months.
So she only bathed twice that year? Well, when she lived with Destiny's mom, Destiny told us in her live stream expose from 2 years ago that Amberlynn never showered when they lived with their mom. When it was Destiny, Amberlynn, and Amberlynn's mom's house, she never showered. She would kind of do like a bird bath. She would kind of do what she could in the sink, and Destiny would help a little bit. But in terms of like a full-on shower, no.
That is embarrassing. And I see a lot of people making fun of me.
Yeah, there's an infamous clip from Destiny's live stream where Destiny's sitting there and she goes, Amberlynn did not shower.
I knew that was going to happen, and I guess that's fine. Okay. Okay, so another thing. Beck said how I always went through their phone and how I would never let them go through mine. Half of that is true. Half of that is not true. So something I was really bad with due to like trust issues, but it doesn't even matter otherwise. We're not going to even just erase that I just said that. I would go through Beck's phone. Yes. And I also did it to past partners as well.
You'd have to take her to a self car wash to get everything. I don't know. Can you put Amberlynn in neutral?
Not a good look. Very not a good look. I was always, I'm not even going to say why. It doesn't matter why. I did it, and I'm sorry. That's controlling. That's wrong. That's...
Okay, but where's the but? Where's the but? Yeah, I went through Beck's phone. Yeah. I didn't let Beck go through my phone. Where's the but? I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. Come on.
It's wrong. Point blank, period. I should not have ever done that. Like, there's no reason. There's no reason. But the part about Beck's...
But, there we go. Okay. All right, here we go.
Saying they were never allowed to go through my phone, they were never allowed to read my journals, is a lie. I have proof.
Here's the thing about this, about what we're going to watch. I think that Amberlynn showing us like old journal entries from 5-6 years ago and saying, well, Beck was allowed to read this. I think that there were separate journals where Amberlynn wrote things down where it was completely private to her. No one was allowed to see it. And then there was like more of a free form journal where she could write things down that Beck was allowed to read. Okay, you can read out of the turquoise journal, but you can't read out of the black notebook. No, 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 no. Don't go near that black notebook. The turquoise journal, sure. Journal. The turquoise journal, okay, sure. You can read out of that. But as far as like going through the phone and everything, I mean, how do you prove that? I don't think you. I don't think that. Sorry. Like, but this part, like, this is kind of like she said. But I'm just going to choose to believe Beck on this because, I mean, Beck telling us that you saying no, you can't go through my phone because I have private shit on there. That kind of sounds like something you'd say.
Very old journal, and if you guys know, you guys know. If you watch my vlogs, you guys know I've showed this like a million times before. So this journal is from June 18th, 2021 to December 9th, 2021. And I have showed this in multiple vlogs. So this isn't like a fake story time, nothing like that. I saved the spot and everything. On July 24th of 2021, I wrote this. I think I'm done reading this journal to Becky. This shit has gotten kind of deep and I want to go even deeper. There are some things I don't want Becky knowing, mainly because I'm embarrassed. I want to be able to write in this journal as if it's absolutely no one is going to read it. This is the best way to write. I haven't told Becky she will no longer be reading this journal, but I should probably tell her soon. I just kind of feel bad about it, even though I shouldn't. So obviously I don't want to show you guys what else it says.
Obviously, I let Beck read this journal because I wrote that in this journal 6 years ago. Journals. Siren, thank you. Account to bullshit Lynn. That's a good way of putting it. Thank you, Siren. Chevy, hey Chevy. Beck called her a fat effing bee. Where's the lie? Well, I don't think that we should be making comments about others' appearances. Just behavior and actions, okay? Aisha, thank you again. I'll see you in the replay, gang. Thank you so much, Aisha. I hope you have a good rest of your day, hun. Asthmatic Stew, hello. The big ham made too much money with this live stream. We need to balance it out. Take my money and get her. Portuguese heart hands. Portuguese heart hands. Does that suffice? Thank you, Asthmatic. Kiba, thank you. Karina is right. The way that she words things is the worst. It implies things, but leaves room for her to say, well, that's not what I said. Yeah. She's very selective with what she says. Boop Girl, thank you so much for being my second 14-month member. Just behind Lori. Thank you so much for 14 months, Boop Girl. You've been around a while. Thank you. Deborah, hey. Amber's vibe is exactly like the Annie character from Misery. Infantile, delusions of grandeur, narcissistic, controlling, absolute loony. Thank goodness, unlike Annie, she isn't as mobile. I know, could you imagine Amberlynn with a sledgehammer? Thank you so much, Deborah. Just Jamie, hey. Take a shot every time she fake cries with no tears and then goes back to talking normally 5 seconds later. Oh my god, we'd be pretty plastered. It's so transparent that she's performing. Really, Amberlynn should have gone into performing arts. Hannah Life, thank you so much. And I thought Chantal was full of it. That's kind of why they go hand in hand. Lee Knows Wife, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships on the channel just now. I really appreciate you sending those in. Welcome to all of our new members. Be sure to send your gratitude to Lee Knows Wife. Thank you so much for expanding my community. MF, hi. I'm the person who super chatted the other day about it leveling my husband at jiu-jitsu. Update, he's starting to get interested in Girl World. Wow, we know who wears the pants in that relationship. So you leveled him out and you're making him be a part of Girl World. Huh, okay. What else do you do to him? Kidding. Asthmatic Stu, thank you again. Important question, are you unblocked? On her Instagram, I haven't tried to look, so I would imagine yes. I'm still blocked.
in here. So I took a screenshot of the thing, of the actual page, but I took out everything else. So again, July 24th, 2021. And this is when I started meeting Feline. So I was like writing things about Feline and I was like, this is awkward. Why would I let Becky read this? So here's the actual page. Like a lot of people like are like, Amberlynn, if you're going to come on here, we need some sort of proof. So I'm trying to give you, like, obviously I can't show proof of everything under the sun. Like that's not possible. But the things that I can give proof, like I'm trying my very hardest. Someone said your handwriting sucks. Sorry. So the red is just me blocking out stuff that, you guys, that's embarrassing. I can't show the whole journal entry. Like it's a journal for a reason. This is just like the entry from, that I'm just trying to show you, from July 24th. Like,
okay, so remember the whole premise of this. Let's go back to basics. Amberlynn started off by saying, Beck is a liar because Beck said that they were never allowed to look at my journals and they were never allowed to go through my phone. So the proof of why she's doing this is because for some reason in this journal entry, it said something along the lines of, well, I think I'm going to stop showing Becky these journals or something. Okay. I mean, to be honest, Beck may have said that, but I mean, this is kind of picking and choosing. It's like, well, okay, maybe Beck was allowed to read some of the journals, but they weren't allowed to read some of the other ones. Maybe that's what they meant by I wasn't allowed to read the journals. And you never would have written anything damning or controversial in the journals that they were allowed to read. No. They were allowed to read my journals. Look, I have proof. Is this proof?
I'm trying to show you from July 24th. Like, what am I supposed, like, literally that is the, like, I don't know what to tell, like, I've showed this so many times I can't even count. Hold on. You guys are making me. Oh my God. Okay. Do you guys just want to see the whole page? Like, I'm so embarrassed right now. I'm literally talking shit about myself in this.
Like, to be honest, I really don't think that this is relevant. This has nothing to do with anything. Oh my God, she's crying.
So I need to change. I fucked up by being...
Yeah, I hate myself, blah, blah, blah.
The full shabam. So
I don't feel like I'm worthy of sex. I feel like I'm gross. Like, what does this have to do with anything?
Oh, that was just me.
This is supposed to be like her taking accountability and her owning her shit, and she's showing us journal entries that have nothing to do with anything from 5 years ago.
Trying to prove to you guys that, like, Beck got to read my stuff.
Maybe Beck got to read some of your stuff. Maybe Beck got to read out of the sticker journal, but the black notebook? No, you stay away from the black notebook. I'll have your head if you read out of the black notebook.
Read my full-fledged journal entries, even though they are telling everyone that they didn't. Like, does that make sense? Like,
any information worth reading, you didn't let Beck see. That's the point that Beck's getting at.
Beck is telling people that they had no control over the bank, but I'm the one who didn't. I'm the one.
Oh, see, this is what pisses me off. This about like her weaponizing her laziness. The only reason that money went into Beck's account is because you were too lazy to set up your own. Really, this just makes you look like an idiot. She was too lazy to set up her own bank account. Beck is telling everyone that they didn't have any financial freedom, yet all of the money was going into their bank account. Yeah, why do you think that is? Because you were too lazy to set up your own. If Beck would have bought something, you would have known about it. And if you had a problem with it, you would have had no issue voicing that.
One who didn't. Like,
I didn't have any control. I didn't have any control over my banking account. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, Amber. You had your own debit card. You could just hook it up to all your little DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. You hooked it up to all those little apps. You spent whatever. You never cared about what you spent. Money wasn't an object to you because you were making so much of it.
I needed to ask them to look at the bank. Like, how much money do we have in the bank?
Because you never took it upon yourself to get a username and password. This all just comes down to her being lazy. Well, I was the one that had to ask Beck what the balance was on our banking. That's just you being a lazy idiot. Oh, this enrages me. Maddie, thank you. Are Beck and Destiny still going live tonight? I don't believe so now. Thank you, Maddie. NJ, hi NJ. Was watching a few streams back with my friend and he said toned pecs is the closest thing she'll ever get to toned pecs. Oh God, bodybuilder Lynn. Thank you so much, NJ. Sarah, hey Sarah. This girl annoys the heck out of me. She's literally the biggest liar and is so fake. Yeah, she's infuriating. That's putting it lightly. Thank you, Sarah. Kenna, hi Kenna. Your rash story had more personality than Amber's super chat replies to her audience. My rash is looking nice. You guys should see my stomach. It looks good. It looks good. Yesterday was the last of my antibiotics, so I think we're all back to normal. Thank you, Kenna. Jordy's future SUV, thank you. I just want to get in here and say that I love my girlfriend. Her name is Tabor. And dude, we watch you every night. She's beautiful and is a huge fan of yours. Tabar? Sorry. I'm going to go with Tabor. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, you guys. I really appreciate you watching together. Thank you so much for finding my channel entertaining. Clever Bee, thank you again. I mostly watch Amber at work. I've had to catch myself from fake crying with her or cussing her out. Coworkers probably think I'm crazy. Well, hey, maybe mention it to them the next time you guys are leaning up against the water, the water tank, you know, getting your little cup and kind of, you know, having your coffee or whatever in the break room. Just, you know, mention it like, hey, y'all ever seen a 500-pound liar? Who knows what type of friendship that could start?
I never would know. So it's like they're allowed to like lie about stuff because the tea is piping. The tea is hot.
They're allowed to lie about stuff. Give me a break.
Like, yes, I would also let Beck look through my phone, but I don't think they ever.
No. And the only reason why, look at her face. And the only reason why she's saying this right now is because there's no way of proving this. Yeah, I would let Beck look through my phone. There was probably one time where Amberlynn needed help beating a level on one of those stupid fucking games that she plays. And this is her equating it to, yeah, I let Beck look through my phone. Oh, hey, beat this level of doodle jump for me, Beck. Here, you can use my phone while you do it. Oh, I let Beck look through my phone. There's no way of proving this. And honestly, if it comes down to she said, I believe Beck. I don't think that Beck was allowed to go through your phone.
Never actually asked. Maybe like once, and I was just like, sure. Like, very much that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's how it went down. Yeah, I'm sure that Beck asked to look through your phone, and you were like, yeah, here. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how it went down.
Okay, so we got that out of the way. Okay, let me cross this off in my notes. So one of the hardest like, okay, so after we broke up, we had mutual friends, obviously. And
I'm gonna let her talk about Eric and Ricky. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 1 minute.
I found out a lot of things that I did not know about, actually. That made sense, and it like added up for me, obviously. But behind my back, like, Beck admitted to using me for money, and that is the only reason why they were with me. And this part like really hurt me. Beck literally called me a fat fucking bitch, and that genuinely shocked me. And obviously you guys probably know who the mutual friends are, let's be real. But like, Beck would, like, during an argument would say kind of harsh things, obviously, but never like vulgar. But like, after, sorry, I have so much on my brain trying to read the chat and then trying to read this. Dan, no, I'm trying very hard to respect pronouns. It's very important. Um, so when I heard like using me for money, like low key, it felt like it made sense to me because I would tell them, like, get a job. Like, I could tell you're bored because once we moved from the home where we had roommates and we were living with
No.
friends, like obviously it was different. Like,
You can't say that Amberlynn ever actively encouraged Beck to get a job because Amberlynn didn't want Beck working. Amberlynn didn't want Beck spending time away from Amberlynn because Amberlynn needed to be attached at the hip with them. And Amberlynn didn't want Beck making their own money because of things like, oh, well, is that the funds that you're going to use once you leave me? Amberlynn didn't want Beck having financial freedom. Didn't want Beck to have any independence because independence and financial freedom would have allowed for an easy way out. Amberlynn wanted to trap this person.
we always had something to do. But when it was just me and Beck,
You missed the tea. I have a wireless headset, so I can hear everything she's saying when I'm in the bathroom. I mean, really, all that's said is Beck called her a fat bitch.
like I was like, get a job. Like, are you joking? And so they tried Uber, but they only did it like twice. And I'm like, and I always tried to be super like, what's the word?
You probably didn't let them Uber because when people go out in Uber, I mean, they'll sometimes stay out for like 6, 8, 10, 12-hour sessions driving people around. No, get home now, get home right now. You probably set a timer. All right, you can do one Uber trip and then your ass is getting back here.
What word am I looking for?
Which, I mean, later in this live stream, she admits to. She admits to being very controlling of their time and needing them to be around all the time because she was so anxious. So this is contradictory. I encouraged Beck to be independent. I encouraged Beck to go out, get a job, have their own life. No, you didn't. You did the exact opposite.
Or I always try to be super supportive with their passions. Like I bought them all kinds of like this art stuff so they could start an art business. And I really wanted to help them with that. And like I tried so hard to be like, Beck, like you got this, like you can do anything like that you put your mind to. And they just didn't. And
I mean, can you blame them? They probably didn't feel very motivated being in a relationship with you because they probably thought their future was going nowhere. They probably thought that their future for then on out was just going to be taking care of you. Well, why get invested in passions and why get invested in all that if it's just going to come down to, well, at the end of the day, like, I'm Amberlynn's slave. It's like, yeah, no, you can have all your freedom, but this can only go so far. I wouldn't feel very motivated either being in that position. And then on top of that, had Beck made any money from that business, you would have flipped a bitch about that. I don't want you having your own money.
I genuinely don't understand, like, why not? Like, hold on. I'm behind on a lot of things. Okay. Let me take off that part.
Eld Geth, thank you for your super chat. She is so trashy, she could be another Slayton sister. When I found out that the Slaytons lived in Kentucky, right about the time, I mean, I don't know, when was season 1 of the 1,000 Pound Sisters? I don't know. But I started watching Amberlynn in 2021. So right about the same time when I found out they all lived in Kentucky, I was like, oh my God, do they know each other? Thank you so much for that. Incognito Spaghetti, thank you. Something that bothers me is her obsession with being right. It's not about being right. It's about how you affect people. Amber hurt people. That's all there is to it. I have to be right. I think that goes along with the whole narcissist thing. Has to be right. Has to be right. And I mean, really, you only grow in life is when you admit your faults and you can realize that you're wrong or you don't know what's best or you don't know the best way to... That's, in my opinion, smart people are constantly doubting themselves. Smart people aren't always saying like, yeah, I'm right, I know everything. Like, that's not what a smart person does.
About the journal, real quick. Okay. Let me answer some of your guys' stuff. Show the bank screenshot in text. We can't see it. I did. Do you feel like Beck is still abusing you? I don't feel abused by them, and I don't. No. I think that this whole situation is like out of hand. And I know a lot of people are telling me, Amberlynn, like people are just committed to not believing you and committed to just being like, Beck is all good, Amberlynn is all bad. And that's fair. And that's 100% fair. I understand like there is amusement, there is entertainment in this, and I can't get mad at anybody. I mean, I to some people, I'm not real. I'm not human. I'm not any of that.
Okay, boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
Like some people can't find like did you ban Beck from watching reaction channels? No, because here's another thing that I thought was really weird. Beck literally.
This comes down to she said, she said. There's no way of proving this. There's no way of reinforcing this. But if it comes down to she said, I'm going to believe Beck. Because she didn't want Beck watching reaction channels, because reaction channels were giving an outside point of view that may have dawned on Beck as, oh, hey, they just made a really good point. Maybe I should take that advice and I should get away from this cow. She didn't want Beck being exposed to that information.
Literally doxed Zachary Michael's like full name in one of my YouTube videos, and there's literally a clip of it, and I was like so confused because I didn't even know Zach's full name. Like, how did
Beck doxed Zachary Michael's name in a YouTube video? What?
Beck know it?
Wait, what did, okay, first of all, what does this have to do with the original question? Did you ban Beck, or did you discourage Beck from watching reaction channels? Well, Beck doxed Zachary Michael's name. How are the two related?
Over me.
I don't, I mean, honestly, this is the first time I'm ever hearing this. This is the first time I've ever heard a mention of Zachary Michael getting doxed by Beck.
I was beyond confused. So that's obviously something else that isn't true. I would subscribe if I could afford. I love you so much. Oh, Danielle, it's okay. I love you too.
No. Talk about that more. Talk about that more, about Beck writing out Zach's full name or something. You can't just mention that and then move on. What's that about? Elaborate. Tracy Lynn, thank you. If we're tired of sick, we could use Psycho. Play Ava Max, sweet but Psycho. Also got a camera for early birthday and starting a channel that's not Girl World. Nervous. Well, just have fun with it, Tracy. Have fun with it. Work hard. Try to do it every day. That's the best advice I can give to you as a new YouTuber. Thank you so much. Carissa, thank you again. We know Amber will never pay Beck back, but knowing Beck is making more money than Amber right now feels good. Keep going, Beck. Let me look at Beck's channel. You guys like to know about money and stuff sometimes, so I'm happy to like provide my take on it and everything. So I mean, what's Amberlynn? So she's uploading every other day, and she's getting around 40 to 50K views. And she's doing live streams, so she has memberships on top of super chats. And then Beck isn't uploading nearly as much. Yes, Beck does get more views on their videos when it is Amberlynn related, but they're not uploading as frequently. I also don't think Beck has members, but Beck is doing live streams. I would say that Amberlynn is still making more, though. I mean, Beck's doing well. I mean, I'm not going to take that from Beck. Beck's doing well, but I wouldn't say that Beck is making more than Amberlynn at the moment.
Proof they heckle people struggling facing addiction. Beck wiped and bathed you for 4 years. Of course, you became a burden. Ashley, that is not true.
Zach's government last name was his YouTube handle. Now what it is now Michael is not his last name. Amber did know his last name because of his handle. Okay, so like if you go to youtube.com/oh lordy it's Jordy, that will take you to my channel. So Zach's handle at one point was his full name. So how is that doxing if that was his handle? I don't know. Odd. I wish she would have elaborated on that. Okay. It's looking like somebody really wants Ostudet. Hi there. Thank you, Ostudet. I paid, and I really can't afford, and wasn't answered, wasn't even controversial. WTF. Now more money to ask. Enjoy my broke dollars, babe. Well, Ostudet, if you're in a financial position where you shouldn't or can't be super chatting, I don't encourage you to do so. But in terms of my response to super chats, I go in the order that they are sent in. So if I haven't responded to it, I will eventually. All super chats get answered. It's just not right away. I mean, it can take upwards of like an hour for me to get to it, unfortunately, but that's just the way that it is. I really appreciate you supporting my channel, though. Thank you. Desiree. Hi, Desiree. Phones only hold text for 2 years. Anytime you need to go back more, you have to contact the provider, and they only hold for 5 years. Ooh, I didn't know that. I delete my text messages pretty regularly. Like, I only keep them for maybe like upwards of 2 weeks. I didn't know that. So I mean, I wouldn't even know that it went back 2 years, 3, 5. Jacqueline Williams, thank you. Sometimes I forget how sick she really is. She won't ever understand. She knows the delusion bubble she's created to protect herself. Just cringe. You make it worth watching, Jordy. Well, thank you so much for that, Jacqueline. It's just, I just like try to dissect the spider web that she's trying to spin on YouTube here. It's really not that hard to dissect it because, I mean, her lies are pretty easy to follow. But thank you, Jacqueline. Chassis, thank you again. I listened to you on my 3.5 kilometer runs. Oh boy, kilometers. Don't say that to an American. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Chassis.
Beck never bathed me and only wiped me for about 9 months, which is a long time and way too long for anyone to do, like especially like an adult. Like, I feel absolutely awful for that, but that's not true. What do you believe you actually did wrong? Sage, that is such a good question. I was controlling and I was manipulative when I wanted.
In what way? In what way? This is like a Eugenia apology.
To get my way, in the sense of like wanting them to just always be with me, and
but yet you encouraged them to have their own life, but yet you encouraged them to get a job, but yet you encouraged them to pursue their own passions.
I would get angry with them when they would be gone for too long because I would feel sad and lonely and all these stupid fucking annoying.
But you encouraged them to get a job where they could be gone for upwards of 8 hours.
Annoying feelings that, like, genuinely, when it comes down to it, like, don't matter. Like, when it comes down to it, it literally does not matter. I was harsh with them. I would, and it's so crazy to, like, at the time, like, I didn't even view it that way, but like a good example of that is like when they were trying on the
I know. Did you catch that? She threw in only. Beck only wiped me for 9 months. So what was 9 months ago? June. Okay, so guys, I want you to take yourself back mentally to June. Take yourself right now. Do it. Take yourself mentally back to June. Okay, so since June till today, think about all the time that has gone by since June of last year. Someone would have wiped your ass. That's a long time. That's a long time. Anytime that you would have gone to the bathroom, you would have had it taken care of for you. I mean, that was the beginning of the Emily arc. Could you imagine the beginning of the Emily arc till now? That's a baby. Yeah, that's a full pregnancy. A dainty 9 months I was wiped.
Sorry, my brain's working so fast. And it's like the words are not coming out. What is it called? A fanny pack? And I was like, well, you could just lose some weight, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't even a year. She wiped me for like what, 9, 10, 11 months. It wasn't even a full year. You guys are being dramatic.
Saying something like that is like talking down to somebody. And it's like, at the time I didn't even realize it. And like, I feel so awful for that. And I'm just like genuinely so sorry that like I ever put them in like a situation or a place to like ever feel bad about themselves. Like, it's weird because as much as like I did things like that and said things like that, I also very much like want to hype up my partner always, like, and I think that's why like I wanted them to do the art thing so much. And like I would always show their art because like I also wanted to like in the same breath like hype them up and make them feel good about themselves, because duh, who doesn't want to do that? Like, of course you want to make your partner feel good. But like there was that other side of me where it's like I would talk down to them and like I wouldn't even realize it. And it's like I'm just so sorry.
She said it was only a few weeks at first. Well, at first, Amberlynn denied all wiping allegations. But then, so, I mean, when this was prior to Wipegate. I mean, this was like Livestream era, like going back to Livestream era, prior to the thing about well, who's the one that's been wiping your ass? People were making wiping accusations, but she would always say, nope, never happened. Never got wiped. I've always done it myself. But then when it was on film of Beck saying, who's the one that's been wiping your ass, Amberlynn was kind of caught in a corner and she said to herself, all right, well, I can't really lie my way out of this. All right. She did wipe me. But, it was only because of the hysterectomy. I was only wiped for maybe like a week. Like it wasn't, and then it was, oh, well, yeah, it was throughout the whole hysterectomy. And now my mom, she also added into it that her mom wiped her too. So, and then on top of that, it was like, oh, well, actually they wiped me until Jade moved in. So it's just like, it's like an avalanche of information. It's like, okay, we get a little bit of it. And then, she tells a little bit more. And then it's like, okay, well, actually it was 9 months. It's like, so why are you like trickling out the truth?
Sorry for that, because then it makes me question like how many other times I do that and I didn't even realize it. Like that's sad, and I'm just very sorry for that.
So who's wiping her now? I think that Amberlynn wipes herself now. Because I mean, in season 4, when she was getting wiped after the hysterectomy and everything, I mean, she was a big girl. I mean, like bigger than now. But I mean, she's taken off 50 pounds and she had to wipe all of season 5. So it's like she's gotten some practice, she's like caught up with it. I mean, she wiped herself ever since summer of 2021 when Beck moved out. So, I mean, she's been wiping now for a good 3.5 years. But I mean, in terms of how that goes, or in terms of like if she gets all of it out, or in terms of like if there's waffle stomping, in terms of like whether it's just kind of like sitting on the toilet hoping for the best and then getting in the shower. I mean, we really don't know like the specifics of how it goes down, but I don't know. I mean, if the mom is responsible for that right now, she'll never tell us. So it could be the mom. It could not be the mom. But I think that Amberlynn's doing it. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I think that Amberlynn is doing it because she had to do it by herself during season 5. Because Jade would have never done that. So I think that she kind of just carried on into season 6. It's like, okay, well, I did it all with Jade, so let me do it all now. But I mean, if the mom is doing it now, she's not going to tell us. NJ, thank you. Amber was a burden. Beck felt stuck and obligated. My bestie started chemo and moved in with me, and I'm not obligated, but I do it because I love him. He's no burden, and I'm no saint. Amber's awful for what she did. I mean, just like, I think like the whole, if it would have just been from the hysterectomy, I think that the internet would have been a lot more forgiving. But this fact of like being lazy about it and enabling it and being like, well, I pay for everything so you can wipe my ass. I'm just lazy about it so you can wipe my ass because I'm the one that's making the money. That's really what didn't sit well with the audience. And the fact she lied about it. Colin, hi. Jordy, you're the best. Can you tell Jack hello? She's been a fan for so long and she's got me into your streams. Love ya. Thank you so much, Colin and Jack. I really appreciate you guys being a part of my streams. Thank you so much for watching together. That's awesome. Colin and Jack, everybody. Thank you. Helzik, hi Helzik. Thank you for your Prime subscription. Welcome to the Twitch team. Balerian, thank you for the very generous super chat. I wish Beck would have been in her chat and talked more shit. I don't think that Beck is like interacting directly with Amberlynn. Like, you know how Amberlynn used to come in my chats and she would type and like, send me like these walls of text and everything. I think if Beck is going to make a response, Beck is going to do it on their channel, which is honestly the smart way to do it because you make money doing that. And it's like, you get more of your points across. than if you just go into Amberlynn's chat and do that. It's like, that's why I would always encourage Amberlynn. Like, if she had something to say to me, if she had a retort to whatever I had to say or what any reaction channel has to say, I encourage her to do it on her own channel. Like, why are you up in my chat writing these big walls of texts and everything? It's like, you're going to fight me in my live stream chat? It's like, make a video, girl. That way you can make money off of it and then I can respond to it. I don't know. But it seems like Beck is doing a really good job with the way they're formatting their response to Amberlynn. So I'm just going to let them do what they want to do. Amanda, hi. I keep trying to get my boyfriend into Girl World. He's stubborn, but lets us watch your streams, and we caught you live today. Can you shout out to Chase? Chase! You should definitely let Amanda watch Fat Girl Drama more often. It's very entertaining. Give it a chance. You will find that it is very entertaining. I just know it. I just know it. Come on, Chase. Give it a chance, Chase. Come on, everybody. Chase. Beverly and Peach, thank you. I think the joint bank accounts was also to keep tabs on what the girlfriend was spending in case of cheating. She'd know anytime that they used their card. That's a good point, Beverly and Peach. But according to Amberlynn, she never had access to the bank. So she, in theory, would have never been able to see any purchases that Beck made. But anything that Beck would have bought, Amberlynn would have known about. I mean, really, if Beck would have bought something, I mean, they live in the same apartment. Beck would have seen it. And then Amberlynn would have said, oh, well, what are you spending money on? You know that debit card is linked to the bank account that all my money goes into, right? So you're spending my money, essentially, right? So it's like, yeah, you can have your own debit card, but it's linked to my account that only gets direct deposits from my YouTube. So anytime that you use this card, it's essentially like you're using my money to pay for stuff. So watch it. Manipulative. The way that she combined the banks together like that, it was a way to keep tabs. It was a way to assert financial dominance. And it was a way for Amberlynn just to be lazy because she was too lazy to set up her own account. But now she's weaponizing this laziness as, well, Beck had all the power. Beck had all the control. It was Beck's account. No, you're just lazy. Polish chick, thank you. Please play the No One Cares Eric soundbite for response to the wall. To this wall of drivel. It keeps playing in my head after every sentence. In fact, it might just be on loop. Oh my gosh. No one cares. Thank you, Polish chick.
Then why did you have to buy the engagement rings? I don't understand what that's asking exactly. Why did you guys share a bank account? I know tons of married couples who don't. I couldn't imagine sharing a bank account with a girlfriend. It's so weird. I'm not going to lie to you. That was the last time I ever did it. Never going to do it.
Because Jade didn't want you on her bank account. Because Jade had the wherewithal to realize that that was a bad idea. Because Jade made you open up your own bank account. It was the last time I ever did it. Looking back on it, it's so weird. No, this just comes down to you being lazy. Oh, well, Destiny already has a bank account with a routing and account number on it, so let me hook that up to my AdSense. Oh, well, Beck has the same situation. Let me just do what I did with Destiny with them.
Do it again and never will do it again. No thanks. But why? I don't remember why we did it. It's just, I remember me and Destiny.
I could tell you why.
Also shared a bank account, so it felt normal to me because like the first time ever like receiving money from like as an income, I was with Destiny and we both had an income and we were putting our money together. So then when I first got with Beck, they had an income, I had an income, and I thought that was normal for like couples to get a bank account together. So I literally just went on theirs and I didn't really think anything of it. And like I said, I'm just all about like sharing the money. I've never been someone that's like my money. Like that's never been me, or I would have gotten.
Yeah, you're just more subtle about it though.
On my own bank account, and I would have stayed on my own bank account. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's why it's just like so weird.
I'm so generous. I'm so giving. If I wasn't a generous, giving person, then I would have had my own bank account. Oh my God. She's such a piece of work. Gravy, thank you. My boyfriend called Amberlynn a sentient glob of mayonnaise. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Thank you, but first gravy.
Weird to me because it was a joint bank account. We both had our own debit cards. Like I had nothing. I had no private spot for my money. I didn't even know how much money I had half the time. Like I had to ask them to send me screenshots of the bank statement. Like
her using this as an excuse is so wild to me. She really thought to herself, okay, I found my way out of this. All right, I got a loophole. Yeah. I'll tell them that it was Beck's account, and I'll tell them that Beck had all the control over the money, and then I'll play victim. She really thought that she found her way out of this.
Ugh. Yeah. Did it say come wipe me? Huh? Screenshot and edit out bank info. I did show it. This keeping score shit is very immature. So, like, I think it's only fair, like, when you're in a relationship, like, you can be accountable for things and also share your side of the story. Like, that goes for both of us. Like, why is it only okay for them to share their story, but I'm not able to? And a lot of people are like, well, it's because you're an abuser. Beck is like a victim. Remember when I shared my story about Casey, and I still stand by every single thing I said about Casey. I still stand by that. No one believed me. No one believed a single thing I said. That has been one of the most torturous things that I've ever gone through in my actual lifetime. And no one believed a single thing that I said. I am always, in the eyes of everyone else, the abuser.
Yeah, because you accused them of sexually assaulting you when that never happened. No one believed me. A confirmed liar, a confirmed manipulator, a confirmed toxic POS. No one believed me. I wonder why.
User to everybody. I never have my own story. Two things can never be true at once. Like, I'm always the bad guy. And
oh my God, there she goes again with that two things being true at once shit.
And it's a lot for one fucking person to take on, especially like when I know my truth and I know what I'm saying is real. Like, it has been torture.
Maybe you convince yourself that this is all true and this is all real. But that means you just don't live in the real world.
Torturous. Literally torturous. I understand that you want to prove yourself, but these people will never be persuaded. Stop giving them ammunition. You are dealing with incompetence. Yeah. Oh, yo mama, hi. I didn't even know you were in here. Hello. Amberlynn, let it go after this. People want to believe the worst and they're called trolls for a reason. They're the worst of the worst. This is challenging to watch. No one should have to do this. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, it's hectic. That's for the lack of a better word.
No one's making her do this. She's doing this on her own free will. No one should have to do this. You shouldn't have to answer to these people. No one made her go live.
You're asking for personal questions. You had told us you had an IEP. What was your disability? You have traits of autism with trauma and narcissism. What's an IEP?
I eat poop. Ask Sala about that.
Hello, Dixon. Shout out to you from Angelina. Hello. You say genuinely too much. Yeah. Sorry. Do you feel like people are holding you to unrealistic standards? If Beck didn't speak out about anything in the moment, how can you be expected to know everything? You're only human. Yeah.
Eggman, thank you. Friendly reminder, Amber has done this to people and animals, was and still may be in possession of corn from Casey, and is a chronic liar and actively endangered Libby by allowing Nick near her. That whole like encouraging the 20-year-old to like she so wanted it to be like, okay, me and Destiny are a couple and Libby and Nick can be a couple, and then it'll be like a double date situation type deal. It's like, okay, like I understand like the concept of like pushing your friends to date other mutual friends, but not when it's a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old. Yeah, but Libby was mature for her age. Like, ugh. Thank you, Egg. Abyssal Bunny, thank you. She's only crying because she's pissed off that she has to take accountability, especially if in front of the public. She's not sorry. Oh, no. This apology has just turned into her going, yeah, but.
That's very true. And yes, I absolutely am held to unrealistic standards. Like, it's honestly insane to me. And I'm just going to use this as an example because it's like the first thing that I can think of is like Zachary and Michael for an instance. Like, I have been more free from watching reaction channels. Like Jordy is like never on my list to watch. Like what I'm trying to say is the only reaction channel that I watch that I don't like I like Elizabeth, so that doesn't count. Yo Mama, I like him, so that doesn't count. So those two do not count. Those I will always watch them. But when it comes to like Jordy and like all of them, their little cluster of people, Zachary Michael is the only one that
I Jordy's cluster of people. That's you guys. That's you. Jordy's cluster of people.
I sometimes watch still. And it's hard because it's like, even he has this unrealistic view of how I should be as a person, as a girlfriend, as a daughter, as a YouTuber. No matter what I'm showing in my videos, it's never good enough for him. And this is his job. So it's like,
we understand that it's a bad idea to have expectations of you. We understand that you are completely socially and physically inept in every facet of life. But that doesn't mean we can't still sit here and bitch.
If your job is like to react to someone that's actually interesting to you, because obviously I'm not.
You are interesting. Hey, don't you ever say that again, Amber. You are very interesting to us.
I'm not up to your standards of anything. Like, nothing is ever good enough. Like, I talk about my BPD because I want to hold myself accountable and I want to grow and learn and share and heal. Not good enough. I show my passions like Lego, this and that. Not.
Yeah, but you weaponize it and use it as an excuse for everything, which people with BPD, actually diagnosed with it, have told you that that's an annoying, immature thing to do. We all have something. Everyone watching right now has some type of disorder, some type of health issue, some type of something, but it's learning to live with it. You can't just use that as an excuse for everything. You can't use that as your shield as you go through life. That's what people have an issue with. I want to explain my BPD. No, you want to use it as an excuse.
Not good enough. Like, no matter what I do, no matter what I show, like, I'm never giving up this whole weight loss thing, but like I watched Zachary's video from today and I'm talking about Weight Watchers and he's just rolling his eyes the whole time. It's just like, I'm never going to be like this perfect person. Like,
Can you blame him? Can you blame Zachary Michael for rolling his eyes about you wanting to enroll in Weight Watchers for the 1400th time? Amber, the last time that I remember you enrolling in Weight Watchers was when Jade broke up with you, and then you sat on the couch laughing at the fact that you were enrolling in Weight Watchers again because you knew that it was abysmal. Well, Jade broke up with me, so I guess I'm going to sign up for Weight Watchers. Oh, look, I logged into my account and it says welcome back. It's almost as if it knew I would come back. All right, well, I'm going to do Weight Watchers. And you were laughing to yourself, knowing that you weren't going to stick with it, knowing that you weren't going to abide by the rules of Weight Watchers, that you were going to quit as fast as you start. Like, can you blame Zachary Michael for rolling his eyes about you talking about Weight Watchers? It's the same shit over and over again. It's a cycle. It really is. It's just a cycle with you.
I'm looked at like I'm supposed to be perfect and I'm not going.
No, you're not. No, we understand that there are very low expectations for you in life. We understand that. We just want the bar to not be in the 8th circle of hell. I mean, just a little bit, just put in a little bit of effort, exercise a little self-discipline.
To be. I'm genuinely not. Like, yeah. Do you feel like people are holding you to an unrealistic standard? Yes.
Don't steal someone's money and wipe your own ass. Yeah, people are holding me to an unrealistic standard. Oh, God. Oh, don't you ever say that you're not interesting, Amber. Incognito spaghetti, thank you. Amber's so remorseful. Notice how she spent this whole stream proving herself right. Totally accountable girly plop. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you. Jessica, thank you so much for your super chat. Get her, Jordy. I will never not think of get her, Jade, when I see that. Not everyone will get that reference, though. That's okay. That's okay. Cat Avocado, thank you. Jordy, radioactive frequencies is Amber. Is that someone in the chat? You think that someone in the chat is Amber? I don't know. Maybe. I haven't seen that username pop up, though. Thank you, Kat. Allison, hello. If Beck had sole access to the bank account and Amberlynn had no access, then what happened to the money in the account when they were separated? Well, I'd imagine that Amberlynn had all her money moved to a new bank account. That's what I'm just guessing. I don't know. I guess Beck could tell us.
Forever, yes. Like, what do you want me to do? I am 500 pounds, Zach. What do you want me to do?
I want you to juggle bowling pins. I want you to do a flaming hula hoop. I want you to dance revolution. I want you to walk your dog. I want you to actually make progress when you introduce new weight loss techniques and theories to us. I want you to actually follow through with stuff. I just don't want you to sit around and make excuses and lie and blame your mental health and just basically do everything that you don't do now. Is that helpful?
In a YouTube video, like, I don't get it. Like, I know this was probably a question referring to, like, Beck. I get that. I mean, that's like a whole other topic within itself. Like, I'm doing the best I can in all areas of my life right now, and it's just...
This is your best? This is her doing her best?
I don't know. I know that nothing I do is going to be right, so I have to just do what is right for me. So, how will you stop those behaviors going forward?
Spoken like a true scholar.
So it's hard to answer this question without bringing up the very big elephant in the room. So I'm going to try my very, very hardest. So the behaviors of like being controlling of like my partner's time, how I'm going to stop those is, I think me living by myself has actually greatly helped with that. Just like naturally, like genuinely, I love being alone. Genuinely. I love living by myself. Like, as you guys know, I don't want to talk about this, but I was in Wisconsin and I chose to come home myself because I love living by myself. Like,
no. And you know what? Maybe in the future, Emily will do a tell-all with Girl World. I will say, I think that it is more likely for Emily to come back to Girl World and have things to say than it is Jade. I think Emily's more likely to talk. It might not be this year, might not be next year, but I think down the line, Emily is more likely to talk. It was my decision to come back to Oak. No. There's things that we don't know about what happened in that house. Very similarly to season 5. There's a lot we don't know about season 5, but there's a lot we don't know about what happened in that house. This whole like, oh, Rarity got out the back door. Yeah, that could have happened. Is that what happened though? There's only 2 people that know the answers to a lot of the questions that Girl World has for what happened in season 6. And it's her and Emily. And if I'm trying to get answers, I would ask Emily that before I would ask her.
Genuinely. And
my God, I unpaused the video and she says genuinely.
Yes, obviously I missed at the time, like I missed Wisconsin and I missed... Don't get me crying. We're gonna start crying about something else. But like, I genuinely, like, I've learned to like love time with just me. And like, I still have the fear of abandonment. Like it's always going to be there and it's always going to trigger these fucking crazy things. But thankfully, with therapy and with practice and with knowledge and with patience and with loving myself and with learning and growing, maturing, all of that, I am going to be able to not feel such a sense of urgency to have my partner near me, with me, all the freaking time. Like, obviously. And, yeah. Stop those behaviors. I'm trying to think of what other behaviors. Like talking down to my partner. I think also like that genuinely comes with like maturity.
Oh my God, genuinely. Ugh. Nothing about you is genuine. Stop using that word. Dominic, hello. I knew this stream was going to be awesome. Not even 5 minutes in, watching you with my bestie Lexi. We love your streams. Thank you so much. Hello to Dominic and Lexi. Glad that you guys could join in together. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Jennifer, hello. If Beck had full access to Amber's money, how come they only left with $100? I don't believe Beck had full access. I mean, I think it was Beck's bank account. And then what I think what happened was when she and Beck finally separated, I think that Amberlynn had all of her money moved to a different bank account and Beck got their own bank account. And then Amberlynn said, well, this is all my money, so I'm taking all of it. But you can have like 100. I don't know. Maybe we could get clarification on that from Beck.
I also was not in like a happy spot back then. And it's like, I think genuinely like working on myself and my mental health and like learning how to
genuinely, there it is again. And by the way, guys, if you haven't voted, you can up on my community post. I put up a little community tab earlier today that you guys can take a little vote. There was an option for you to remove one catchphrase from the big one's vocabulary. And it's looking like literally is in the lead, but I don't know, genuinely could make a break for it. But yeah, right now, literally is in the lead, but hectic is in second, and then we have genuinely. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Who will take the crown? Who will take it? Who will take the crown?
respect people more and just like the whole world does not revolve around Amberlynn Reed, you know, like genuinely like processing all of that. And even since just being with Beck,
I was about to make a gravitational pull joke, but I didn't. And y'all say I have no restraint.
Like those behaviors that I recently have like listed off and named, like I've already improved like just naturally. And I think being with Feline like genuinely helped with that. Like I am not going to lie about it.
Oh, she's trying to kiss Jade's ass during this whole expose with one of her other exes. She's really trying to lay it on. Jade was amazing. Jade taught me this. Jade taught me that. Jade. She doesn't want Jade talking. She's learned her lesson to not trash Beck because look what happens. Had she never talked about Beck, had she just let it go, this would have never happened. This whole expose series and all that would have never happened. But she couldn't help herself. She had to keep poking the bear. Well, the bear bit back. She doesn't want that with Jade. Because really, there's a big opportunity for Jade. I mean, there's very little we know about season 5. And what we do know from season 5 is from Alexis and Erica. There's a lot we don't know about. So Jade could make her own channel. Jade could come back. Jade could, release all this. I mean, I don't know if Jade ever will. I don't think she will, but she's trying to prevent that. Let me be really nice to my ex, because if I don't, then they might come back. They might come back to haunt me in the future.
So being with her like greatly helped, and it sucks that like I had to be with like a certain type of person to be able to like help, and like it sucks that like I needed a certain type of diagnosis to understand myself. Like I hate all these like little I's that had to be, dotted and T's that had to be crossed before I could just fucking change. And obviously you can't change overnight. And even like a tiny little half of a baby step a day is still every day a step closer to improvement, Sorry, I'm so freaking behind. I'm never going to catch up. So I need to skip some stuff, and I'm sorry about that. Oh, here's a good question. Okay. So why did you make Beck drive you around when they were in renal failure and over medicated? So I was with Beck for almost 5 years. Beck was over medicated for 3 months. That is it. So they started.
One instance is enough for people to cause alarm about that. Making someone get on the road when they're inebriated or unable to is enough for people to bitch you out about that, because you're not only putting them in danger, you're putting everyone else on the road in danger. Okay, well, we were together 5 years, but they only were over medicated for 3 months. So what are you complaining about? One time is enough.
The medication towards like the middle/end of October 2019. And then they stopped taking it because finally in December, like I was putting my foot down. I actually have, it's on my other phone, I have a screenshot of me telling Beck, because we had the same psychiatrist. And I was like crying. I was like, I love you so much. I miss you. Like something's wrong and we all care about you. Like And I had an appointment with our psychiatrist, like it was an appointment for me. And I was like, I'm going to give you that slot because I need you to like, you need to be seen. Like we're all worried about you, like collectively as like a unit. Like it was me, Eric, Ricky, their family, et cetera, et cetera. Like we were so worried. So thankfully, it was only.
Oh, wow. Altruistic Lynn. I gave Beck my slot to see the psychiatrist. Probably because you didn't want to go see the psychiatrist. She's acting like she did Beck a favor here. Well, Beck, I had a scheduled appointment with the psychiatrist, but I gave that time slot to Beck out of the goodness of my heart. Okay.
Only 3 months out of 5 years that Beck was medicated.
What is your point with this? Guys, it was only for 3 months. This is like the wiping thing. Well, Beck only wiped me for 9 months. It was only 9 months. What's your point?
You can go back. You can look at the videos. It was hard and it was scary. I should have never, ever asked Beck to do anything while they were like that. And I'm sorry for that. I take full responsibility. I should have never asked for anything, ever.
Okay, so an hour and 5 minutes in, this is like the first real concrete example of her taking accountability. There was a point earlier on when she did mention that she was controlling of Beck's time. It wasn't really specific, but in terms of the whole like renal failure, hey, get your ass to Walmart, go to Taco Bell, get me this while you're over medicated. Amberlynn actually took accountability for this. So this is like the first real example, an hour and 5 minutes in. Gway, thank you. Does she know that there's not a D in the word literally? Literally. Thank you, Gway. Scram, hey Scram. Besides an appetite, what does she bring to the table? Her impeccable fashion, her beautiful hair, her Neapolitan ice cream skin, her good humor. She brings a lot to the table. How dare you? Mackenzie, thank you. Remember, this was her answer about the inheritance. Yeah, really. When she was talking about like the shared bank account and everything, that like the original question was, why did you take Beck's inheritance? Frantic Yak, thank you. The public lies to my face every day I'm at work, and their frantic, hurried speech, manipulative tears, and false outrage is more convincing than Amberlynn will ever be. Oh my God. Thank you for being here, Frantic Yak. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good weekend.
The renal failure was very, very thankfully short-lived because they were on metformin, which is a diabetic medicine. And as soon as like they started taking it, and I think it was like 2 weeks in, they had to get blood work again. And that's when they saw it. And so like immediately they were like, you can't take this anymore. So it was very quick, thankfully, because that was also very, very worrisome. And in those like sections of time, I should have never, ever asked for anything. And I can say that hands down that I'm sorry. And I take a full accountability for that. Should have never done that.
Yeah. I mean, especially because at the time, I mean, you were getting DoorDash everything. At the time you were getting, she could have got her, she did. She could get her groceries delivered, get DoorDash delivered, Uber Eats delivered. I mean, why send Beck out to get anything? I mean, really, you could have had so many different opportunities for someone to get your shit for you.
Please know you deserve better than this. Don't ever feel like you owe anyone access to your private experiences, words, or thoughts. Love to you. Thank you so much, Lex. But they are so perfect, Amber. No skeletons in their closet. It's all you and the Catholic school they went to. That's why they're struggling. Yeah.
We're not the ones that put our entire life online. Yeah. Every viewer probably does have skeletons in their closet. Yeah, no one's perfect, but we're not the ones putting our whole life online like Amber is.
No one's perfect. I will say that. You need real friends for the first time in your life. Darlene, how about you DM me? I'm joking, not me looking for friends online. No, I do have some really good friends, honestly. You've said that you can do everything a normal person can. Has that changed then? Every single thing that a normal person, okay, well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can't do. Let's be real. Can't skydive. A lot of roller coasters I probably can't go on, et cetera, et cetera. Like the list can go on. But like normal everyday activities, I can do every single one of them by myself without any help. But everything is hard. Harder than it should be. But it's like I'm used to it. So it's like my normal, if that makes sense. Admit you're okay with being with, oh my God, I'm not going to talk about that. You don't need to prove yourself to Jordy's and Snowflake's clown posse. The haters are incels hating you, make them feel better about their sad life. Yeah, it's a lot. Like Snowflake like cheats on his wife and like that's okay. I don't know. It's just.
This is why you'll never be taken seriously and why you'll never be able to have a formal conversation or dialogue with me, Snowflake, or any reaction channel, really, because when we present really factual, logical explanations and arguments to you, you turn around and say superficial shit like this. Oh, well, he cheats on his wife. She's trying to pour her heart out here to the audience and plead with them and try to gain sympathy, but then she'll say something like a stupid rumor in response. Oh, Snowflake called me out on all my shit. Well, he cheats on his wife. Like, where, like, this is like the thing, like where I call Amberlynn on her shit constantly call her on her shit. And then when she fights back at me, you know what she says? She calls me pale. She says that I live in my mom's basement. She makes fun of a video game that I play. It's like, that's why we'll never be able to have a mature correspondence with you. Because anytime that you go to retort whatever we say, it's shit like this. Well, he cheats on his wife. He's pale. All right, Amber. Back to elementary school recess we go.
Just a lot. Amber, thank you for speaking your truth. Please stay strong. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that so much, like genuinely. And I'm noticing like I'm getting a lot of support. I know there's a lot of people who are.
Yeah, like Chantal making fun of my glasses. Like Chantal calling me a vampire. Like Chantal saying, isn't he gay? Like it's like, we're never going to, reaction channels will never be able to have a conversation with her to the maturity of like two adults talking to one another, because this is where they always go with it.
We're like, grow up. Okay. All right, let's see.
Sir Dance a Latte, thank you. I was going to play Princess Peach for Comic Con, and then I saw the big one playing as her, and I switched to Daisy. Of course, Amberlynn would play as Peach. Oh my God. Isabel Schumacher, thank you. David Dobrlin. You know, there's people, I mean, I don't know much. I know who that is, but I don't know like his history or anything like that. I also don't know like why he's canceled or why he's like unpopular anymore. Really, the only thing I know about that person is he used to like make videos with Trisha Paytas' ex, and now he's like in shape. I don't know much about him. Thank you, Isabel. Kim, thank you. Stream was perfect glimpse into what it's like being with her. Drivel, crying, journaling, gaslighting. At the end, I just wanted out. Ugh, gosh. It really would be like a personal hell. Thank you, Kim. Hallway, locked doors, Gunt hit the floor. Thank you so much. Amberlynn says she didn't give Beck money after the breakup because Wipey told her to take back her debit card. Now they've had their own debit cards the whole time. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think that we could get, Beck to clarify some of the financial stuff. Yeah, we could get that cleared up pretty easily. Thank you so much, Ammo. Els RPH, thank you for 14 months. Our third 14th month are coming in. Amberlynn knew how much she made. Asking Beck for proof was a truth and test part of the financial ABUSE. Beck knew not to lie because they had access but no control. It's sick. Yeah, I never knew how much money was in that account. Stupid.
Oh God, I have a lot of notes, but like what really matters, you know? What really matters? Let me just take off some of these things that I've talked about in passing. So if you guys want to give me a second, sorry. Okay, so it seems like I've talked about a lot. Okay, so we're gonna take this off as well. I hope you guys are having a good night, by the way. Or morning. I don't know where you guys live. You know what I'm saying? It could be morning where you are. Oh, okay. So I do want to point this out as well. So Beck said in a I'm pretty sure it was their live last night. Yeah, it was. They were reacting to Salty Crab. I finally know who that is. Hello, Salty Crab. So I said in my members live stream that Beck and I were friends for a year after we broke up, and that Beck did not want me telling anyone, obviously, because of backlash. And so then Salty Crab literally said that in their video, and Beck was reacting, and Beck was like, that never happened. We were not friends at all. I never said that. Never said that. So I have a screenshot of that being true. So I'm going to read it and then I'm going to show it. So it was April 17th, 2022, which is
a long time after you guys were already broken up. I don't know the specific video or line that she was referring to here. So what is she trying to refute? That they weren't friends?
Almost a year after we broke up. I sent Beck, I'm literally getting harassed because people think I lied about us still being friends. Why can't I just tell them I wasn't lying? This sucks so bad.
You guys weren't friends. You weren't friends. And if you were quote unquote friends, it was a fake friendship. And Beck needed to keep you at arm's distance, but still needed to be associated with you somehow because they were trying to get their life back on track. Beck didn't like you. You didn't like Beck, especially after you guys broke up. I don't understand what this has to do with anything. No, we were friends. Yeah, okay. We were friends.
And Beck said, it's best that they don't know. As sad as it is, that would kill my channel. I do not want them knowing because they'll just make it an even bigger, more messy thing. I'm going to address that I saw you and have the rings, but we don't hang out, dude. That's just how it has to be. That's what they have to know because YouTube is my only income and I'm only getting $200. And at the time, Beck was saying that they had a job, even though they didn't. And I said, but what about the backlash I'm getting for lying, even though I'm not lying? And Beck said, if this comes out,
what's your fault for bringing it up in the first place?
It would be even less. Talking about money. And I'm like, I'm literally choosing you over my...
Yeah, Beck needed their stuff back and they were friendly with Amber. Like, what don't you get about this?
Self. And that was that. So I stayed with the lie. It's not irrelevant when Beck literally said last night that it's not true. What is happening? I feel like I thought I was going to be
Oh my God, keep it down. Jesus Christ.
crying more than laughing. Ugh. And then this is where they said that they lost their job and...
Yeah, they had nothing to their name because you took everything. Beck still had a reason to be on your good side because they were probably thinking to themselves, well, it's probably not beneficial to burn the bridge with Amberlynn because I really don't have 2 feet to stand on right now. So maybe if Amberlynn is able to help me out, or maybe if Amberlynn decides to give me some money that I'm entitled to, then it would probably be best to be civil with them.
YouTube.
Look, me and Beck were friends. Because they were being polite to you to try to get something out of you?
Didn't know about it. You guys thought that they still was working. Sorry, I am a boomer. Look at all those tabs I have. So I literally just read it to you, so it's like common sense of what it says. But it's like people... It's funny because like I'm literally like, okay, so something that Beck said straight up was a lie. What Beck said last night was a lie. And like I'm also showing that like Beck has urged me to lie repeatedly to my audience, and I would do it to protect them. Here's what it is. I don't know. Yes, I was on FaceTime. I told you guys I have friends, silly. Beck already admitted that though. No. Watch their live stream from last night. They literally said, I wasn't friends with them. I wasn't friends with Amberlynn.
This is so dumb. Like I'm like losing my mental sanity listening to this. No, we were friends. You guys weren't friends. Beck didn't like you. You didn't like Beck. Jade didn't like Beck because you were telling all that shit to Jade that you were like shoving all the narrative down Jade's throat about who Beck was. Beck's a bum. Beck's a loser. Beck used me. Like, so Jade went off of whatever you said about Beck. No, look, we were friends. And I have a proof of Beck asking me to lie to you guys that we're not friends. The only reason that Beck was civil or polite or had any kind of correspondence or anything with you is because they were thinking to themselves, okay, well, I'm pretty destitute right now, so I'm in survival mode and I need to do what's best for me. Yeah, sometimes the things that people do when they're in that survival mode like that, it's not always like the most socially correct thing or really what they want to do, but you have to do it because you need to survive. Yeah, I would love nothing more than to write Amberlynn off and tell her and burn this bridge, but I kind of need her. So, yeah, I'll be friends with her. This is so dumb.
That's not true. I never said that. That's what they said. At this point, y'all both messy. I'm very messy. I'm literally...
Fupakana, thank you. Is she implying Beck could spend whatever they wanted? Access to the account doesn't equal permission to spend. Yeah, really. That's what I've been saying too. Yeah, just because the money was going into Beck's account doesn't mean it wasn't Amber's money and she didn't take every opportunity to remind Beck that it was her money all the time. Heath Barr, thank you. 100% her adding herself to the bank account was to control Beck's spending. I don't believe she didn't have access. All that money was Amber's. Making Beck constantly check was a control tactic. Yeah, and it was also a way of like Amberlynn, kind of in my opinion, playing like mind games. It's like, oh, well, you have access to the account. Like it's your money. So like we're both in this together. You have like an equal share. You also have a little bit of power. It's like that false sense of involvement. Even though Beck really didn't have much freedom at all. Rift Killer, hi. Thank you for keeping my fiance company while I finish therapy school, massage therapy school. Now we watch your streams while I grind away on. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, continued good luck to you in massage therapy school. That is awesome. Thank you so much for sending that in. Hello to your fiance too. Tater Tot, hi. The narcissist is losing her shit gobsmacked. No, she's literally just clapping back and talking about what needs to be said. I don't know what you're talking about, Tater Tot. She's clearing. Amberlynn is absolutely killing it. Velasa Toddler, thank you. I'm here, but mostly just listening tonight. My one and done baby son is turning 2 tomorrow, so of course Mama's doing all the party prep. Glad you're here scrubbing floors and inflating balloons with me. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I hope you guys have a lovely, memorable day tomorrow. Happy birthday to the young one. Thank you, Velocitoddler. Have a good weekend. Hectic Wet Wipe, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. Amberlynn is watching, so read this. Rarity is gone. Give us a fur baby update video and stop chewing Beck's name. Well, there really isn't much of an update to give. I mean, Twinkie, Wasabi, they're back in the apartment. She's not going to talk about Rarity because there's not really anything to say. I mean, the story is that she left the back door open and Rarity got out. Is that true? The only people that know the answer to that are her and Emily. And the only person I would trust with an actual genuine response to that would be Emily. I don't know. Thank you, Hectic Wet Wipe. That was very generous of you. Clever B, thank you again. One last chat. She's making my blood pressure rise. Say hi to my pups, Lola B and Midna. Hello to Lola B and Midna. Hey, guys. Thank you so much, Clever B. I appreciate that. Dahlia, hello. Take my V card, Jordy. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you so much, Dahlia. Appreciate that. Pretty name. Spare Chipmunk, hello. Google Narcissist's Prayer. It's Amberlynn in a nutshell. I've seen that mentioned before, the Narcissist's Prayer. Thank you, Spare. Tracy, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. Just cause, bitch. Tracy, thank you so much. Really generous of you. Uno Dos Trace, thank you. Take my super chat V card. You rock, Jordy. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, I have so many. I don't know what to do with all these. I'll have to get a storage unit like her.
Really messy. I was toxic. Like, it wasn't good at all. But like, people are genuinely so committed to like me being the bad guy that like they will not see any like wrongdoing in Beck. Like, it is so weird to me.
What is, I mean, really though, like, what is her point in all this? What is the wrongdoing that she's highlighting? That, okay, so like Beck told me to not tell you guys that we were friends. Beck called me a fat bitch. Beck said my family did drugs. Like, what is your argument exactly? I'm willing to take accountability, but Beck needs to as well. It's like, in regards to what?
I don't want you guys to think that they're a bad person, because that's not my motive, because they're not. But like, accountability needs to go around everywhere. Girl, no, we see it. Okay. Beck clearly wiped you. See, this is like that moment where I was like, where I literally almost slipped, and I was like, you know what I did? You know what I did for them? But I can't. I would never.
There she goes again. Well, there's things that I could say, but I'm not going to. And I'm not going to do that because I'm a better person than you guys think I am. I'm going to be the bigger person. Even though Beck is spilling all this tea about me, there's something I could talk about, but I'm not going to. You know what this is going to prompt. Well, what was it? What was it? What you like, so you just saying this, it's very much so in middle school when someone's like, I have a secret, but I can't tell you. It's like, well, what do you think that they're going to say? Okay, don't tell me the secret. Let's forget you even said that. No, they're going to be curious. Oh,
wait. So also part of the live stream last night from Beck, they were literally laughing at me, but that's fine. I quoted it. So, they were like, oh, there's something else I want to talk to you guys about. Giggle. This is good. I'll have to save it for later, though. That's what they said in the live stream. And then they also added on, it's stuff that I'm holding on to just in case. Laugh. So I just wanted to, I'll just do it. I'll save Beck the trouble, and I'll do it. So Beck wants to talk about a time that I had bed bugs. Not me laughing too. It's actually genuinely kind of funny. So when I was with Destiny and we were living in the townhomes, after me and Destiny broke up, I moved my bed. Like, you can go back and like watch all these vlogs. I feel like I've documented so many things. I moved my bed up against, do you guys know like the little cable thing? Like how there's like holes through it or whatever. I was getting, okay, so how we found out I had bed bugs, they wouldn't touch me. They never bit me, not one time. But Beck, when we first started dating, they would come over and they would always leave with like little bites on them. And I'm like, what is happening?
Wow. You know how much like bad of shape you need to be in for bed bugs to avoid you? I mean, you know how bad you must smell for bed bugs to not want to bite you?
So one day I searched my whole bed and I couldn't find anything. I'm like itching thinking about it because since then, I have not. So I could not find anything. And then I go over because I just moved my bed, right? Oh, I'm itching. I go over and I look by the cable hole and there's bed bugs coming. They're coming through the cable hole and going onto the mattress because I'm not like, even Destiny knows this and Beck knows this, but the neighbor next to me, they had cockroaches, they had bed bugs. Like, that's how I got rarity because they threw a bunch of kittens outside in a storm. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening right now? But
Oh, so Rarity came in the way that she went out. In a storm, was thrown outside, and then in a winter storm was sent out the back door. Huh.
Yeah, so that was like a situation that happened that I was literally like my jaw was on the floor. Like I was freaking out. It was really not, it was not good.
The bed bugs need to speak up. Yeah, we need bed bugs to do their own tell all. Absolutely, we do. The bed bugs need to be vocal. Nenny, thank you. Joined tonight by my husband Alan, who has a love-hate relationship with Girl World. Love from Buddy Karomi, Alan, and I. Thank you so much, guys. We got the whole family watching Girl World on a Friday night. Oh boy, thank you, Nenny. Shiz and Gigs, thank you. First super chat ever. Also, I'm joining your Wisdom Teeth Club. Happy to be here. Oh my gosh, you got yours out? That is awesome. Get those wisdom teeth out. Thank you. Our AZ family, thank you. Remember the bank limited their daily use? People said it used to get raised. Now we know why she wouldn't do it. Amberlynn used the limit to control Beck. I would like to hear Beck's response to all of this like new financial banking claims that Amberlynn's making, because I think there's a lot of information we're missing. Rice Noodles, thank you. Amber, let me show you my screen just for you. Middle finger emoji from Rice Noodles. Amberlynn's financial advisor, thank you. Crossing out messages is 100% performative. She knew we would want to see those messages. Who else would message about still loving Beck, be private? Narc. Yeah. The crossing out of shit, like, it's just so stupid. I'm trying to bring receipts. I found this notebook from 4 years ago. I have it. Erin Elizabeth, thank you. I had 2 C-sections, 16 staples, still wiped myself. Oh my gosh, heart hands back to you. Jeez, that's a lot. That was a lot to deal with. Thank you so much, Erin. Sir Dance a Latte, thank you. Thank you again. Life with Lynn, hello. I was in the burn unit without 90% of my skin hooked up to machines and IVs. I was over 350 pounds and I still managed to wipe. She's just lazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is. It just comes down to laziness. Well, it's like I forgot how to wipe. Like I just forgot. Forgot. Tracy, thank you. Also, I found in an old lunchbox, it says, let's eat. Oh boy. That's probably Emily's old lunchbox. Let's eat. Toad David, thank you. Hectic, dialectic, diabetic, as expected. Oh, hectic, diabetic, dialectic. Oh my god. Yeah. Maybe the therapist can help her with all that. Chuck and Ducks, thank you. I've been with my husband 20 years. I've never wiped his bum. Oh. Wow. It must not be. It must not be true love then. Must not be true love. Thank you, Chuck and Ducks. Fupakanahe, was Jade spelunking near the unwiped... okay, I can't read that. I'm sorry. Vulgar. Amy, thank you. She's making more than enough to afford a home with a health nurse and in-home physical therapist to solve the wiping problem. Lazy, greedy, and mean. Well, maybe back during Beck's season she was, but nowadays she's not. No. I think she's doing the wiping herself at this point. And if she does need help, it's probably the mom. Ava, thank you for 8 months. To celebrate 8 months, I need to call back Amberlynn's temper tantrum over the iPod storage. She needed to save years worth of texts. Yeah, she needed that 500 gig iPod Touch so that she could store all those receipts in it. That's funny. Thank you, Ava. Neuro, hi. I had the scariest day of my life to finish it off with a stream of fat lesbian drama. Jordy, keep on keeping on. Aw, thank you. Some good old therapeutic fat lesbian drama for all of us. Hi. Let's be real. This is the most honest she's been answering, but will this continue or will she have mentals and bail? Well, I mean, this goes on for another hour and 30 minutes, so I don't know. I'm thinking what we do tomorrow is we finish the other half. I'm thinking. And then Sunday we'll do a double feature. Tiggs, hi. She sounds like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tiggs. Us do that. What is this heifer's channel name? I think I'm blocked and I've never been in her stream. Well, even if you're blocked, you'd still be able to see her channel. Her channel's just Amberlynn Reed. Thank you, Osdudet. Joshua, thank you. That was Amberlynn's Brett Kavanaugh moment. I have a journal. I have proof. Quick, someone appoint Amberlynn to this Supreme Court. It worked for Brett. Thank you, Joshua. Amberlynn Reed, Supreme Court Justice. Oh, boy. Courtney Ramon, thank you for 14 months. She gives me flashbacks of an old friend, fake crying, being lazy, twisting words, and blatantly lying. Your streams keep me sane. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for 14 months, Courtney. I appreciate you being here for so long. Yeah, these kind of people you just need to cut off. These people aren't worth it. Let them figure their shit out on their own. Ears of Corn, thank you for 2 months. Happy Friday, y'all. Thanks for all the laughs, Jordy. Oh, well, thank you, Ears of Corn. I appreciate that. 2 months. Hey. Glad that you could come back for a second. Amberlynn sure comes back for seconds and thirds and fourths and 14ths. Get the mystery. Thank you. Beck was talking about her phone journal, not a written one. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see like exactly what Beck said in that stream. But I mean, even like if it was the journal thing, it's like, well, Amberlynn could have had public journals and she could have had private journals. It's like, okay, you can look at this one, but you can't look at the other one. And I still don't think that Beck ever was allowed to look at her phone. Alyssa, thank you. Justice for Beck, Casey, and all the minors. Protect them at all costs. Boy. It'll be interesting to see who Amberlynn gets in cahoots with next. If she actually is broken up with Emily. Dandelion, hey. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 27. Can I get some cupcakes? P.S. Love watching you. Is there a dandelion emoji? Let's get some dandelion and cupcake emojis in the chat for Dandelion's 27th birthday. Thank you so much for sharing your birthday with us, Dandelion. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Hi. For my sociology thesis, everyone, is there anything Amber could do that could make you feel change has happened? Yes, my thesis is a girl world, essentially. She could lose a lot of weight. She could start, like, I don't know, actually, like, doing things in her vlogs that aren't just, like, showing us her groceries or going to bingo. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I think that, like, when you're this rotten to the core, it's really hard to, like, undo that. In essence, it'd be hard. It'd be hard. Lindsay, thank you so much. Who would have wiped if Beck was at work? Yeah, really? I mean, you would have just had to hold it. I encourage Beck to get a job. Okay, well then, if you have to take a shit, I mean, you're just going to chill on the toilet until she gets back? They get back? Mystery, thank you again. She's such a liar. Beck is doing amazing with the art thing, and now with 20,000 behind her. I just wouldn't have felt very motivated to pursue my dreams while with Amber, because, I mean, if you have someone constantly stepping on your neck and, you know, shitting on you and making you feel like a slave, like, I wouldn't feel very motivated to pursue my passions. Poffin, thank you. I've been thinking, Beck said that they put money away in Amberlynn's account, and Amberlynn was also getting $3,000 a month. I don't know what you're referring to when you said that Beck said that they put money in Amberlynn's account. And I don't know what you're talking about, $3,000 a month either. I mean, Amberlynn spent maybe that figure you're referring to is what she was spending on DoorDash, because when I see that $3,000 a month, it reminds me of DoorDash, because that's how much Amberlynn was spending on DoorDash every month. But in terms of Beck putting money away in that account, I mean, other than the inheritance, it was not very much, if anything at all, because Amberlynn was the only one with an income. Sorry, Poffin. I don't exactly know what you mean. Bridget Ann, thank you again. Hello. Appreciate the very sweet super chat. Manga Fanatic, hi. Jordy, it's Alex, my GF Sakura, and I love you. Make more vlogs. Also, we have a cat named Kira, but we call her Cheese all the time. That is so cute. Sakura and Alex, thank you so much for joining in on this lovely Friday night live stream. I appreciate that, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Jordy fan, thank you. Jordy heart hands to you. Oh gosh, what would a Jordy heart hand look like? I don't know. There's only so much I can do with them. Thank you. Scuds, thank you so much for 9 months. 9 months plus an X amount of shits per day. So we're looking at what, 36,000 wipes a year, just kind of ballparking it. Oh my God. You're doing the math for how many wiping sessions need that. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. That's a math equation that I don't know if I have the patience for tonight. Jojo, hello. My boyfriend accidentally called my cat Amber as I was telling him updates on Girl World. And he looked at me and said, "What are you doing to me?" Oh my gosh. Well, it sounds like Amber's rubbing off on him a little bit if he's blaming the cat or blaming you. Thank you, Jojo. Kiwi Cantaloupe, hey. I'm so angry about her live that I can't think of anything meaningful to say, but I still want attention, so I'm going to pull an Amber and buy your love. Oh my God, Kiwi Cantaloupe. That is such a sweet but also kind of peculiar thing to say. Thank you. Fupakana, hey. Amber says that she lost her ability to wipe after 2 weeks, but after 9 months, she could magically reach again. Bull. Yeah. Gets into a relationship with Jade and then automatically has the ability to wipe again. Yeah. That's a very strange coincidence. Oh, Lordy, it's Ordy. Thank you. Huge fan. Thank you so much. Jig's Bathroom, hey. All of this live is getting me through crunch time right now. Just popping in to show support and appreciation for entertaining the shit show. We have fun here. Thank you so much, Jigs. Erin Elizabeth, hello. Beck wiped her longer than her relationship with Emily or Erica. Yeah. Isn't that crazy to think? In terms of Amberlynn's relationship, Amberlynn had a relationship longer with Beck's hand covered in Charmin than she ever did with Emily or Erica. Wow. Wow. The wiping was longer than those two relationships. Wow. Jefferson, thank you. I busted open a box of Thin Mints and ate so many it gave me mental health. I put down the box. I hate when Thin Mints give me mental health. Oh gosh, maybe pick it up back again tomorrow. Everything's good in moderation, right? Life with Dalton, thank you. You are seriously much hotter than Amber. Thank you. I don't know. Karina, hey. My family got 25 chickens. I named 5 after Girl World, 2 roosters. Cocker, Cheese, and Fock a doodle do. Fock a doodle do. Oh, that's cute. After this is so raw, you guys. 3 hens, Foodie Broody, Chicken Leg, and Slushy. Oh my God, Slushy. A hen named Slushy. I love it. Thank you, Karina. That's awesome. Poffin, thank you again. If Beck was a caregiver, I don't know United States laws, but 100% caregiver is supposed to get room and board plus allowance. Has Beck checked this out? Oh gosh, a retroactive lawsuit with Beck pay. Amberlynn owes this person money, but that'll never get paid. Never. Never, never, never. Spooky Betty Boop, thank you. Might be late, but so happy to catch you. Best way to wake up. Much love to you and all of Girl World. Thank you, Spooky Betty Boop. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Not sure where you are, where you're just waking up, but hey, thank you so much. Bernabit, thank you for 7 months. Notice how she claims Beck could spend freely, but was just crying a day ago about Beck wanting a $6,000 bed that Amber had to buy. Yeah, yeah. Beck could have whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. Uh-huh. Midnight Switch, thank you for 3 months. Have a great night. Thank you for your streams. Oh, I appreciate you enjoying my streams. Thank you, Midnight. Just Jamie, thank you for those bits. Jerna Kern, hi. It looks like she's on FaceTime with her old phone. There's a symbol at the top where she shows her phone at point. Old phone, my ass. Probably on a FaceTime call with one of her many friends that she has. She has friends, you guys. She does. Or Emily. Laura, thank you. Going on a first date tomorrow, hoping to find my next caretaker. Wish me luck, girlies. So when you sit down, I want you to look them in the eye and say, so what are your thoughts on 3-ply or 4-ply? That should be your first question. Lottie Heckman, thank you. What is an IEP? She said it was in special ed. She said she was in special ed. Is this like an I-cup joke? Like ICUP? IEP? Is this supposed to be like I eat pee? Like I drink urine, I eat pee? I don't... She said she was in special education. I don't know, I'm a little lost here. It's a behavioral plan. Oh. Sorry, I'm a little lost here. Tam, thank you, Tam. Not Amber talking about IEPs as I'm writing some right now. Independent education plan. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, Tam. You get those IEPs done. Amberlynn doesn't seem to be. Queen, thank you. Never thought I'd recognize the river troll from Hogwarts IRL. The human-sized wart is actually convinced Beck used her. Narcissists, SMH. You're a liar, Amber. Vi DeBatis, thank you for 11 months. This is a tough watch for me. She's lost her mind. Can you impersonate the big one seething obese grunt? It makes my day. I know. Anytime Amberlynn watches a reaction channel, it's just like that Arthur fist. Amber's cease and desist letter, thank you. We want you to be held accountable, you pine cone. I feel like that comes with a head flick. Life with Lynn. Amberlynn's unrealistic expectations have a visible waistline. Oh, not very nice. Hey, she has a visible waistline. It's like kind of by the shelf. You just have to use your imagination. Hello, Euphoria. Thank you. I actually believe she doesn't diagnose because it makes her look bad in her eyes. She only uses what she can to make herself look like a victim. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like flavor of the month with her in terms of diagnosing herself with stuff. I mean, I think throughout the rest of the year, we'll see long COVID. We'll see some other things. But yeah, it seems like BPD has kind of taken the spotlight for a while now, but it'll get phased out eventually. Evie, thank you for 5 months. Didn't she say that she hasn't watched reaction channels since January? Well, I mean, she kind of changes her mind on that every other day. Deborah, hey, we are a cluster, a bunch of nuts led by our lovely pale cashew. Oh, that is so sweet of you to say, Deborah. Our lovely pale cashew. Carmela Martinez, thank you. Don't lump me in with all you freaks. I'm perfect. LMAO. Love you, Jordy and the shorties. Yeah, no, it's just all those other weirdos. I'm the normal one. Oh, God. I love it. Jordy's cluster of people. Caitlin Rose, thank you for 3 months. I'm 500 pounds. What do you want me to do? Lose weight? Could be a start. Could be a start. But I don't think at this point it's beneficial for Amberlynn to lose weight because I think at this point she's kind of really narrowed herself down to a few people. I mean, either people that she can prey on them being naive or people that are into blobs. So at this point, I don't really know if it's beneficial for her to lose weight because she can manipulate all the naive people, and that means that she doesn't really have to lose weight. And then the blob people like that. So I don't know. Is there an incentive for her to lose weight right now? Laura Case, thank you for your membership. Carissa, thank you again. Doing the best I can, aka quitting semaglutide, eating 10,000 calories a day, sitting watching videos about yourself, filming 3 minutes a day, not letting your dog outside to pee is your best. Yeah, really. If this is her best, I would hate to see her worse. Oh my God, Carissa. You read her like a book. You really do. Cease, thank you. Genuinely is my girl world drag name. Not to be confused with Jenna's side. Emerson, thank you. Amberlynn said Jade was pressed to get ATM card back from Beck. Amberlynn said that Jade was pressed to get the ATM card back from Beck. I mean, like, I don't even understand. I really want clarification from Beck on that, because, I mean, if it was Beck's account, then why did Amberlynn need the... I mean, unless Amberlynn opened a new account and then gave Beck a debit... I don't know. I need more information regarding... There's a lot of things that were left out. Beanbag Hurrying, thank you for 3 months. Can we start calling polls choosy instead of polls? I swear I've been along around longer than 3 months. Yeah, we could start calling the polls choosy. That's cute. RM White, thank you for your Prime subscription. Lifonda, thank you. Classic narcissist, real tears only for themselves. I hate that you guys are making me look like this. Maggles, thank you. Can I get a waffle stomp in the chat? And congrats on being gay. How do you get waffle stomps in the chat? I guess like maybe a foot emoji with the waffle emoji? Oh, you put that in there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, a a foot emoji and the waffle emoji. I don't know. People are free to do what they want. If a waffle stomp emoji is something that's up your alley, go ahead, guys. Extra jellyfish, thank you. Beck said in one of their first reactions, that they wiped Amber until the day they broke up, not until the day they moved out. Well, she probably didn't want Beck wiping her while Jade was there, because at one point Jade, Beck, and Amber were all living together. So she probably didn't want Amber. She probably didn't want Beck wiping her while Jade was there, because that would have been embarrassing, one, and she like probably didn't want like that like intimate of an action to be occurring while her new girlfriend was living there. So I think I would imagine that the wiping, I mean, we can ask Beck, but I can imagine that the wiping stopped as soon as Jade moved in. Get the mystery, thank you. They call you gay, but tell straight men to stay out of bitch drama. Oh. So like straight men aren't allowed to have reaction channels because it's bitch drama, and gay men are just bad. I got it. Okay. Bridget, thank you. I want an AmberCon with you, Ankle Snowflake, and my boy MBP, and me, AmberCon 3. I'm telling you guys, we're either going to have it in Bora Bora, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, or Lexington, Kentucky. We're narrowing it down. Scram, thank you. Hypocrisy is a virtue to Amber. The only thing thicker than her delusion is the layer of audacity and privilege coating every inch of her existence. Oh my. You do not mince words. Wow. That was a very sharp super chat. Thank you. Aqua Essence, thank you so much for your membership. Radioactive Baby Orangutan, thank you. The big one reminds me of those girls in middle school that would hold you in a hostage friendship. I can't say that I ever had a hostage friendship in middle school, but it sounds like you had a very different experience. I'd like to hear more about that. Maggles, thank you. The next evolution of her choker is going to be the belt in her closet. Oh my gosh, using a belt as a necklace. Now that is a bariatric crime against humanity. Yeah. Problematic Monica, thank you. Didn't she say that she couldn't watch that stream? Probably. Oh, I saw that they said in the stream last night. Oh, well, I didn't watch it. It's like, I just assume that Amberlynn watches everything. Amberlynn reads everything, watches everything. I mean, it's why her hair's so big. It's full of secrets. I've been involved with my 57-year-old husband. He finally broke and cackled at waffle stomp. I didn't know what waffle stomping was until Girl World. I had never heard of that concept until this, like, I don't know. I guess, like, the fatter you get, the more depravity that consumes your life. Darlin Armijo, thank you. Have you always hated Amber? I don't know if I would say I've always hated Amber. I used to have a lot more patience with her. I used to, I mean, you know, you can just go back and watch like how different I was on my channel. But the guys, the fog of Amberlynn has kind of lifted over the years. I used to think like, oh, you know, maybe she's not all bad. Maybe like, you know, people just like dogging on her because it's like easy to make fun. I truly think Amberlynn's a horrible person. But it wasn't always like that. No. Jernikern, thank you. When Amberlynn was talking about the bed bugs, Beck was in the chat saying she was... Oh, sorry. When Amberlynn was talking about bed bugs, Beck was in the chat asking why she was outing herself about the bed bugs. Are you sure it was Beck's account? I don't know if Beck was actually typing in Amberlynn's chat last night. There's a lot of people that make like fake accounts that have the username. But she wanted to out that herself because she didn't want Beck to have that power over her. Oh, you're going to tease your audience and you're going to foreshadow that you're going to spill something about me? Well, I'll just do it myself. I'll take that opportunity away from you. Maggle, thank you. Amberlynn is messier than a spare rib dinner. I might have to take that. That's mine now. I bet she shadow boxes outside women's shelters. All right, that one you can keep, but the first part of your super chat, I'm taking that one. That sounds like something that like a Southern mom would say. That girl's messier than a spare rib dinner. Jamie, thank you. Whatever she did for Beck was most likely not due to 9 months of laziness. Yeah, let's see. I mean, I don't know if that'll ever get disclosed but I mean, Amberlynn has brought it to the table, so I'd imagine that people are going to ask Beck about it. Will Beck talk about it? I don't know, but apparently Amberlynn did something embarrassing for Beck. Okay. She who shits herself. Thank you for the super chat. Lovely username, by the way. Jordy Charmin endorsement deal when? I don't even use Charmin. I don't know why. It's just like the first thing that comes to mind. Thank you. Rice Noodles, thank you again. Amber, you are remarkably unremarkable. FAFO for you. Rice Noodles. Rice Noodles is someone that also does not mince words. Very sharp tongue off of Rice Noodles. Thank you, Rice Noodles. VB, thank you so much for your membership. And lastly, we had King Vic send something in. Can we take a trip on the spaceship one last time for good old sake? Well, why is it one last time? Maybe the spaceship is just getting repairs. You never know. I may go back to pre-recorded videos one day. The spaceship may be back. You know, nothing lasts forever. We don't need to say goodbye to the spaceship. The spaceship is very much still here. It's just chilling, like a kidney stone or a hernia. Thank you, Vic. VB, thank you. Beck was in Charlie Gold's sniping chat. Oh, okay. Okay. So Beck wasn't directly typing in Amber's chat. It was in someone else's chat that was sniping the stream. Got it. Okay. I did not know that. Thank you for clarifying, VB. All right, guys. Well, here's what we're going to do. We made it to just under halfway through the stream. So I'm thinking what we do tomorrow is we do the other half. We're going to finish out this very long live stream react tomorrow. And then the day after that, Sunday, we're going to do a double feature because Amberlynn is scheduled to upload tomorrow. So we'll have Thursday's vlog and Saturday's vlog. We'll do a double react on Sunday, and then tomorrow we'll do the rest of this live stream. Sound good? That'll be our weekend. And then maybe Monday we'll do foodie. So that's kind of the tentative schedule for now. Thank you so much to everybody who sent something in this evening. I really appreciate you guys being here and participating. If you wouldn't mind, before closing out or moving to something else, press the thumbs up button. It really helps with the channel and all things related to the algorithm, etc., etc. I hope you guys have a lovely night. This was a long one. It'll probably be another long one tomorrow night. So buckle in, buckle up. Mimi, thank you. Please call this season the All-Stars season. It really is. It really is the All-Stars season. Everybody's coming back for more.